word.
Look, we open in 8 hours. I mean, the flowers were ordered 2 days ago. Well, can I have your absolute assurance that they'll be here this afternoon? Oh, thank you. Hello, the graffiti.
Now, you do realise it's important we make a good impression, don't you, China?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Because it's not Joe Soap and his girlfriend that are coming for the crack-up, is it?
No way.
No, it is the elite, or the so-called elite. Our guest list looks like the who-who of Weatherfield.
Check.
So we don't want any slip-ups, do we?
Check.
We drop any clangers, it comes straight back to us. You, because you are the manager.
No kidding, is that who I am? Whoopee!
And me, because I'm the man with the money invested who happens to be on the spot.
Now, don't panic. It's all under control.
Don't panic. I've got lights that are on the blink, paint that's not dry in the water, and a cloakroom with no flaming coat hangers.
Michael, there's a well-known showbiz expression. It'll be all right on the night.
Donald, there's also another one. We died a death, and it's mate. Don't call us, we call you.
Excuse me, Mr. Watkins, coat hanger people.
Oh, yeah, tell me, yeah. Yeah, Watkins here, manager. Any progress?
Now, listen, I'll be across the road if you want me. Keep in touch.
Yeah. If the roof falls in, I'll send you a telegram.
Graffiti club. I don't know where they get these daft names from.
It's French, isn't it?
You know what it's French for? It's French for that mucky writing you see on toilet windows, that's what it's...
Yeah, all the same, I wouldn't mind going tonight.
Ha ha, you little raver.
Well, Jim has his nights out. I mean, you get to feel like it, don't you?
Hey, we've had a meeting, our kid, and subject being staff outing. So, this shindig across road tonight being favourite, so if you can pull Baldwin, you know, night in house for a fuel-free ticket.
Ooh, you'll be lucky, like getting gold dust. Anyway, haven't you got enough on your plate? Your birthday, moving house, and I thought you crammed hotels in.
Listen, you'll be surprised what I can cram in. You should have seen me at Buckling's in May Day.
Oh, see Skegness and die.
Well, I think you're balmy. Going on about rave-ups, what day you're flitting and all.
Now listen, clever clogs, some folk can organise themselves, right?
What about your furniture and everything?
Oh, it's going in store. Jack's got lend of a van.
Oh, still setting our house there, are you?
Of course we are, no danger. Hey, I'll expect my lunch and my bedside.
Hey? Oh, but Mr. Baldwin, I've done that stop projection you asked for. I thought you might want to check it for us, stick it in pipeline.
Now, push it through. I'm up to my eyes.
Hey, Mr. Baldwin. Oh, I'm dead thrilled, you know.
Thrilled? Here, get me Alec Yardley on the blower, will you? The numbers on that pad. All right, Vera, so the Milton winked at you. What's new?
You can't kid me with a start of Stone Road saying no. You do it with birthday, didn't you? That's why you've organised all these celebrations for tonight. Just to give me a treat.
Yeah. And I'm flying you off to the Canaries in the morning.
Hey, Mr. Baldwin, is there no chance for a few free tickets for staff?
Hello. Now Miss Youth Opportunity's having a go. Give her Elsie's job for a couple of weeks. She gives me the screaming abdabs. Darling, tomorrow night you are welcome. Tonight, invitation only. Sorry.
Well, I hope you have a flaming power cup.
He's here.
Alec. Oh. Well, tell him to make it snappy, will you, darling? Oh, Ivy, keep an eye on those girls out there, will you? You know I'm fixed.
Yeah, that was Baldwin.
Oh, hello, Alec, mate. Yeah. Well, there are a few snags, but nothing I can't handle. Look, this manager fella, your nephew. Well, to tell you the truth, Alec, he worries me.
Where are we going then? Might cheer us up a bit.
Why do we need cheering up?
Well, life's hardly been a barrel of laughs at the moment, has it? And seeing as we got the invite for free, it'd be a night out and no charge.
Bit of our class. You're all the big shots, the businessmen.
Be the Faircloughs, be Alf Roberts. Be Ron Sykes, I won't wonder.
They all got a few bob, though, haven't they?
Hardly millionaires.
Wish I was a penny behind them.
Well, maybe you're not far off. I mean, why do you think you've got an invite? Your mum ain't got one.
Well, she wouldn't go anywhere.
Well, do her good, in my opinion. Now the hospital's told you your dad's all right.
Well, give it to her, then.
She wouldn't take it.
Look, make your mind up.
She wouldn't take it because she's no one to go with.
Well, you go with her.
Oh, now you're just being awkward.
No, I'm not. I'm just not ready to move into the Ron Sykes League, that's all.
What's so grand about Ron Sykes all of a sudden? Viaduct Garage was no bigger than ours.
No, it wasn't. Ron just did very well out of it. Well, I'm getting nowhere fast.
And we want to learn his big secret, don't we?
Aye, I'll tell you his big secret.
Self-confidence.
All right, self-confidence. Also connections. And on top of that, me and Ginger knocking the work out for peanuts.
You can take a lad on if you want to.
I've told you before, it's a big step taking new lads on. Look, I'll get that. Hello? Oh, I'm sorry, mate. Look, I'll be there in 10 minutes. Yeah, it's all right. The client for his motor. Oh, I said after 1.
Well, are we going? Shall I press your suit?
Which suit? The mohair, the Shantung silk, or the hand stitched?
Well, I'll press it anyway.
What's that bag?
I thought I'd bring my cards, you know, make the place look a bit like home.
Very nice.
Oh, look at this one, eh? Hey, it's from Artery, look.
Still working at abattoir, is he?
Oh, I loves it.
Rather him than me.
You stand by your beds. Not 3 times I'll ask for flow, they said.
Come in, Jimmy Tarbuck. Hey, sit down, behave yourself. You're not home now, you know. How did you go on about his furniture?
Ah, well, my love, I had to think fast. There has been some tricky footwork this morning by yours truly.
Footwork? You were supposed to be putting his furniture into store, not going for dancing lessons.
Well, I got a shock, didn't I? You know, when I went down to that store place, especially when they started quoting prices. In other words, it costs a bomb. So we're going to have to rethink, aren't we?
I've no room here, Jack.
Ivy, do I look like the kind of lad that would take advantage of a mate?
Yes.
Listen, lame brain, don't ask silly questions you're embarrassed for. Just tell me exactly what you've done with my furniture.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, haven't I? I've been a bit tricky. I've used me noodle.
I know what you've done. You've sold it, haven't you? You've sold it to that rag and bone man. And on top of all stuff, only bit of stuff that we don't like.
Look, hang on, Tiger. What do you think that is?
Well, it's a key, isn't it? So what?
That is the key to number 9, which I have conned off the bird at the estate agents. Right?
I think this is the fancy footwork he's on about, Vera.
You're right, kid. Drop the right shoulder, wiggle the hips, give her some tripe about measuring up for curtains. Am I getting through? Hey, Dynamite. Come in, boat number 6. Look, we'll store it in chalkies.
Oh, come on, be serious, Jack. You can't do that, no way. You're not even legal owners yet.
Oh, I've never been one for splitting hairs, Ivy. After all, it's only about 2 or 3 days, isn't it?
Well, I don't know. Anyway, you please yourself. It all sounds dodgy to me.
Dodgy, dodgy. Crossing the flaming road's dodgy.
Hey, no, she's right, Ivy's right. It is dodgy. Not only is it dodgy, it's bent. And apart from being bent, it's under the arm. And on the other hand, it has got one big advantage.
Hang on, she's getting tuned in, kid.
Goss no.
On a freebie then tonight, Alf?
I've got an invite, if that's what you mean.
Well, everybody's got them. It's like a rugby scrum over there. Tell you what I'll do. I'll take a gamble, give you £1 for it.
No, thanks. I believe it's going to be a very good do. What you might call select.
Select? It'll only be select when the punters start paying, Alf, I'm telling you. Won't be chucking them out, they'll be locking them in. You see this guy over here? He's the manager.
You're joking.
Straight up, he's in here regular as clockwork. Well, the other job a fortnight, every lunchtime, giving it that, all the hard stuff, no tonics. All right, pal, keep him busy.
Yeah, I am, yeah.
2 halves, Fred.
Now then, which one of you young ladies is going to do Alfie a favour?
Hey, I'm looking for a favour doing myself, kid. Well, either you 2 gents would do me.
Hey, listen, anytime your Jack can't manage the business, just give me a wink. No, it's Alf here. He's got a ticket for the big shindig and he's looking for a glamorous partner.
Am I, I'm with a Myrtle party.
Oh, digging, Lord Flaming Snooter.
Well, it's daft, if you ask me. They're inviting people who'll never go again in a blue moon.
I couldn't agree more. What are you going to have?
Well, I'll have a vodka in here if you're happy.
Oh, no, you've got me wrong there, sweetheart. I mean, what are you going to have in that club there tonight?
Well, if I get in, I'd have same on it.
You're going to have a load of upmarket Burks, filling the boots with cut price per maid.
I think you're a bit out of order there, aren't you, Squire? Funny way for the management to talk.
If I'd have had a free hand, do you know what my policies would have been from the beginning? Low prices, membership gratis, doors open to all from the word go.
Well, you're a fella for us, kid.
Well, you want to mark Baldwin's card for him?
Ah, you know Baldwin and all, do you?
Yeah, we work for him like you do.
Yeah, joint union, kid.
Yeah, line roll.
No problem. All you have to do is bung us an invite.
Don't worry, love, if I had my way, you and your mate should be top of the guest list.
Ha! Swing that, we'll make you president.
Hey, listen, seriously. I mean, you've got to set the tone from the beginning, right? I mean, I've been in this game for years. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, all this all ticket dues from the word go, I mean, it's a load of nonsense, isn't it?
Well, it's obvious you know your onion, Squire. It's just, it's just a pity you haven't got the power.
Sure. What do you mean?
Well, you know, I mean, for when the real punters turn up, pity you couldn't just, you know, let him another nod.
Well, look, mate, if you call that power, then I've got it. All it takes is a nod from me and you're through them doors.
Hey, is that a promise?
Tonight.
Be my guest.
Hey, Ivy, do you think he means it?
Hey, man.
Means it. Of course he means it. Had him sussed out right from the start, him. As soon as I mentioned power, he was snapping, weren't he?
Come on, stop up slow, coach. Just come on, Vera. Right, love.
Hey, I say, Vera, are you still on for that favour?
Needs a fit fella, Fred. You know, for a job I've got in mind.
Why don't you try me, then?
Chalker's backyard in about an hour.
Hey, you're sure you're not tied up?
You'll leave details to me, love. Just get your body down that ginnel, right?
Right.
Hey, Arcade, forget about Baldwin and his monkey tickets. We've got an invite from management.
I know, yeah, it's great, isn't it?
See you later, alligator.
That's for the bouquets. Then if you can just sign there for the table settings.
All right. All we want now is 2 grocer coat hangers and we're laughing. See you tonight, will we?
Well, I've only got the 1 ticket. As soon as I have a boyfriend.
The shop got 2 tickets, didn't it?
Yeah, but there are other people work there.
Sorry, that's the rule. 1 body, 1 ticket. And as for spares, we just haven't got any. Any joy with the coat hangers, sunshine?
Yeah, relax, don't panic. They're promised for 3.
They were promised for yesterday.
Yeah, well, if they're not here, I'll send somebody for them.
No, I've got a better suggestion. Don't send someone. You go.
You've made a suggestion, Michael. Let me make a comment. Who's going to run the show while I'm away chasing flaming coat hangers?
The same bloke that's been running the show for the past hour.
You're talking about my lunch hour, of course, to which I believe I'm entitled.
Luncher? Have I had a luncher? Now, I may be overreacting, but here we are coming up for the crunch, and you come walking in from the boozer.
I've been on my lunch hour. I've had a pie and a pint.
Yeah, I know. A pie on the rocks.
Let me be straight. I don't see why I should sacrifice my lunch hour just because you're having kittens about some coat hangers.
I'm not having kittens. I'm having tabby cats. It's not the Pacamac Brigade that's coming here tonight, you know. Did you get those cloakroom tickets?
Yeah, I've got the tickets, and the coat hangers are going to be here by 3. Oh, and I've got a cloakroom attendant and all. Are you with us, Mrs. Ogden? Right, now then. Is there anything else you're having tabby cats about?
Pins. We're going to need pins, aren't we?
Well, I'm not going to stick on with flaming chewing gum, am I?
So, check on the pins.
We've got pins, tins of pins with little gold tops on and all.
Nevertheless, check on them.
OK. If you've got a phobia...
It's not that because I've got a phobia, it's because... Well, a bloke as laid back as you are, well, you better be on the ball tonight.
You wanted me, Mr. Watkins?
Yeah.
We have got the cloakroom tickets, have we?
Oh, looked after if we hadn't.
And how are we doing for pins?
Oh, well, we got pins. Matter of fact, I made myself a little pin cushion, see? So as I don't have to go rooting for them in a saucer.
Yes, great, great.
Hey, and if the coat hangers don't arrive, I could maybe rustle up a few for you.
No, that's all right. Coat hangers are no problem. I'm going to get them now. Oh, and before I forget, be on your toes tonight, Mrs. Ogden, all right?
Yeah.
We're going to do everything by the book. If that's how Mr. Big wants it, that's how we'll do it.
Right.
Hiya, Fred. How have Vera tapped you, then?
Tap me up? How do you mean, tap me up?
Well, for a lift with furniture.
Oh, aye.
Look, Fred, strictly speaking, the thing is, we've not bought this yet, so we're going to have to be a bit fly, keep the noise down just a little bit. We don't want folks sussing the situation, do we?
I'm not with you, Jack.
Oh, it's a long story, Fred. Come on, I'll tell you as we go along. Our Vera did fill you in, didn't she? You're here to give us a lift with the gear, aren't you?
Gear? Well, how much is there?
Well, there's that in the yard, and then the rest on the wagon.
Flaming order.
Truth is, Fred, I said to Alvira, I said, get down to the Rovers, will you? Get us one of the heavy mob. I never thought she'd pull you, kid. What? Well, with the problems that you have with your back. Hey, not a promise, eh?
Promise? How do you mean a promise?
Hey, that'd be nice, wouldn't it, eh? Some stories get around. You slip down the ginnel on a promise and finish up moving my sideboard.
I'll give over, Jack. I mean, would I do a thing like that? You know, I'm just doing you a favour, you know, an old mate like, you know.
Friendship, Fred, is a precious thing.
Yeah.
Grab hold.
Bit of an insult was that, you know, Jack.
I'm only glad I didn't hurt your feelings proper, Fred.
How's that?
By offering you money, lot.
Good evening, ladies. Very pleased you could come. The playroom's over there. If you'd like to come down there. Enjoy yourself. Good evening.
Good evening, madam. Good evening, sir. Thank you for coming. Enjoy yourself. Oh, good evening, gentlemen. Enjoy yourself. Everything is free tonight. Those coat hangers arrived, did they?
Oh, yeah, Mr. Watkins went for them.
Oh, finally pulled his finger out, did he? Here, keep an eye on those racks, won't you? A few bobs with the mink up there. We don't want any going absent, do we?
Oh, Michael, Mr. and Mrs. Lever, they're family friends.
Oh, very nice to meet you, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, madam. How are you?
Great success in
madam,
our new
Thank you
venture.
very much. You're in the motor trade, aren't you?
That's right, yes.
Friend of Alec
yes.
Gardner's?
Yes.
Yes, I've seen you dining with him at the Conservative Club.
That's right, yes. Perhaps we'll lunch one day.
I'd love to. Let me show you in, shall I?
Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming. It's very kind of you. Sure you enjoy yourself, really. Quite a nice
The
place.
motor trade, he started work on a bomb site. Made a fortune out of winding speedos back.
I suppose you'll know him, Ralph, with Mr. Yardley being your uncle.
Yes, you could say that, yes. Ah, good evening, sir. Ladies.
Mrs. Douglas' party, you
Yes,
know.
can I see your invitations, please?
Oh, we've forgotten, haven't we?
Left them behind clock.
I'm sorry?
Well, you remember us, Garment Workers Union.
Aye, that's it. President, treasurer, secretary.
Man Friday.
Hey, a real snazzy joint you've got here, kids, up to the old ladies. I believe they're all going topless in there.
Well, we are. We could recommend it for men.
Yeah, I think I'll look at the next quarterly meeting.
I second that.
Hey, now, look, it's a bit awkward at the minute, all right? Ah, excuse me, sir.
Hey, Al, you were in Rollers when this fella promised to let us in, weren't you?
Beg your pardon?
Never mind, beg your pardon. Going all snoots, eh?
I'm sorry about this, Mr. Roberts. The mayor and his party are in the bar if you'd like to go through and enjoy yourself, thank you. Now, madam, if you and your friends could leave quietly, please.
Hey, don't you madam me.
Now, look, let's not have a scene. Oh, good evening, sir, madam. Ah, Mr. and Mrs. Hancock, sir. Please, you can come in. Mrs. Ogden, could you try and locate Mr. Baldwin and tell him that Mr. and Mrs. Hancock have arrived?
So, well, Mr. and Mrs. Hancock, whoever they are. Hey, tell Baldwin wear it. Folk that make his brass for him.
Yeah, I wouldn't have money to chuck away on free invites for la-di-das.
Seen enough, have you?
Oh, come on, we might as well go. I mean, it's no good creating. They're not going to let us in, are they?
Now, that's good advice, so if you don't mind, let's...
Hey, do you want a photograph, fish face?
What seems to be the trouble?
This woman. Oh, it's been a mistake, Mr. Baldwin. We're going.
It's the usual excuse, Michael. First I've invited him, then you've invited him.
Oh, I'm so insulted.
I'm sorry, madam. Mrs. Ogden, would you like to take the lady's coat? I'm so sorry about this. These things happen, you know. Excuse me a moment, will you? Now listen, you lot.
Hey, why did you get your camera out, love?
He'll have more in his camera out if you don't off it. He'll have his whistle out.
What, is he a referee?
The Deputy Chief Constable. Oh.
Right, any more takers? Before I get our esteemed landlady to make the draw.
What on earth is all the fuss about?
I had a ticket for the graffiti door. I was going to give it to somebody, but my agent here suggested raffling it.
All for charity, I trust.
Oh, of course, Mrs. Walker, for housing the homeless, you know. So if you do the honours. Right, it's lucky draw time, everybody.
Well, I suppose it's in aid of their bottom drawer, so to speak. Mavis, would you?
Oh, no, I can't, Mrs. Walker, because I'm taking part. In fact, I've got 2 tickets.
I did A2 for 75p, Mrs. Walker.
No, not about if I'd have gambled myself.
And the lucky winner is...
Mavis Riley.
Sorry, we couldn't throw in our marcherie for somebody to check you.
Right, I'm off then, Mrs. Walker. I've had a word with Bet, and she says give her a tinkle if you can't come.
Right.
Yeah, mate, right on cue. Your escort for the night.
Escort?
She's been jammy, hasn't she? Won the raffle for my invite.
Well, nobody told me there was a raffle.
You were bragging you had an invite.
Oh, give over. You get a verbal invite when you're in the trade, don't you? Well, Maeve, if you want a partner...
I don't want to cramp your style.
Oh, don't worry, love, it's a pleasure. Don't forget, though, once we get over there, every man for himself.
Oh, yes, I mean, I'll be playing it by ear myself, but, well, it is nice to have somebody to go in with.
Right, let's be off then.
Oh, don't rush me.
Enjoy yourself.
All right, never.
But she doesn't mug you, Maeve. I tell you, them verbal invites, they're not worth the paper they're printed on. What do you fancy? Darts, crib, or would you rather be over there with all the VIPs?
Any more of that and I'll raffle you.
Look, I came in with the lady, didn't I?
Look, I'm sorry, sir, but the lady's ticket only admits one.
Well, look, if there's a cover charge, there's no problem. What shall we say? Couple of quid, see, all right?
There's no cover charge, sir.
Oh, come on, pal. I'm in the business, aren't I?
Look, I'm sorry, sir, but it's not a question of money.
You'll be all right. You'll get your buns. Come over there. Extra squeeze on the old optic, know what I mean?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I've got you taped, sunshine. Got a few drinks down, you think you're a big shot, don't you? Well, you're nothing, you. Nothing. Nothing but lick spit and get off.
Yeah, well, thanks for the testimonial. There's the door.
All right, all right.
What do you think I should do, Mrs. Ogden? I mean, Fred seems so certain he'd be admitted.
Oh, well, there's been one or two come flaunting in here full of swank and got a bit of a shock, I can tell you.
Oh, it puts me in a very embarrassing position. I mean, oh, poor Fred, how humiliating.
Well, Mr. Watkins is only doing his job, Mavis. He has to be firm with the rabble.
I'm terribly sorry about that, madam. If you'd care to go through and join the happy throng.
Well, yes, all right.
Phew. Punters, they make you cry, don't they, eh?
Hey, you! Mussolini! You want to come out here and get some of these cars shifted? You're not the only boozer in the road, you know.
On your bike.
Come outside and say that, come on.
Now listen,
Come on,
mate.
get yourself outside.
You may have the weight advantage, but you don't think I'd be stood here if I couldn't use myself, do you? I'm a black belt, so watch it.
Drop dead.
Hey, are you really a black belt, Mr. Watkins?
Not only a black belt, my love, but black braces and all. Hey, I see you doing all right in the old gratuities, eh?
Oh, yes, very nicely, thank you. Mind you, I think I'd work here just for the laughs.
Get chucked out then, Fred.
Oh, it was that manager. Came in here, chucking the invites around, didn't he? When he go over there, he turns nasty. I don't blame him chucking the duckwits out, but when it comes to me, a man in my position in the trade, you know, well, it should be open sesame, shouldn't it? Yes, pal.
Quite a bit of that.
Righto.
Could you stand another?
I've been meaning to ask. That Mrs. out here, what's her name? Mr. Whiteley's relative.
Do you mean heir of the soft voice and the gentle disposition? The lovely Phyllis?
Yes. Well, she was asking me about Mr. Whiteley's furniture, which I understand is still in the house.
It won't be tomorrow. The auctioneers are coming. They're going to put it in the sale room this time next week.
Oh, well, she'll probably be popping in tomorrow, and I'll tell her. Fred, wait a minute.
Refill for me, Fred, and tonic for the boss here.
Are they coming to take old Chalky's furniture, them auctioneers?
Yeah, every stick. I mean, they clear the house, don't they? Why?
No, nothing. Just asking.
Oh, good morning.
Oh, morning. You're up and about a bit early, aren't you? It's only 8:30. I didn't think you'd be servicing much before dinner time.
Still a lot you're going to learn about me, son. One is I like to keep an eye on my investments.
That's what I'm getting paid for, isn't it?
Yeah, I also like to see that you're earning the salary I'm paying you. Much in the way of breakages.
No, not bad. We lost about a dozen of your special ashtrays, though. I did a quick count as soon as I came in.
Yeah, well, I was expecting that. Tell you what, put it down to advertising. Turned into a good night, didn't it?
Yeah, the punters loved it.
I should think so, too. Me pouring free booze down their throats. Let's hope they come back and spend a few bob.
Well, that lot who work for you won't be coming back, I reckon. They weren't too happy about getting the old elbow. You'll be popular this morning.
No, I'm the bloke they love to hate. I'll tell you, they're used to a firm hand from me, those girls. I'll tell you, those girls, they're like circus ponies. They used to be standing over them, cracking the whip. I bet if I stopped cracking the whip, they go to grass.
I mean, let's face it, it's got to be the most miserable beggar on face of God's earth, don't it? I don't know about that, Vera. I know I was dead embarrassed. I didn't wait to look when we got chucked out.
Chucked out?
Yeah.
We're at Baldwin's place. Oh, you never.
We never flaming well got in, did we? Do you know it's mean, that man? He won't give a starving duck skin off his skipper.
That Don, you know, the manager bloke, he said we could come in, but Mr. Baldwin said we were gate crashers.
Yeah. And what do you think money is making out of this place, eh? I mean, look, he's coiling it in here, and now he's got this flaming nightclub. Oh, come on, he's not coining it, Vera, is he? I mean, he's laid a lot out, hasn't he? And last night, what a free night, you know.
That sprat to catch a codfish, that he'll make a bomb.
Oh, I don't know, Vera. There's a lot of money lost in some of these clubs, you know.
He won't lose, he's too flaming fly, him.
Oh, Mrs. Ogden, now I should like a special effort made in the toilets today. Mrs. Ogden? Were you asleep?
Me? No, I was just thinking, lad.
You were definitely nodded off.
Very serious offence in the forces, that, Hilda. Firing squad job.
Well, I might have just closed my eyes for a moment, that's all. But you can squeeze out a mop head with your eyes shut, you know, especially when you've been at it as long as I have.
No, it's this new job she's got, Mrs. Walker, over at Mike Baldwin Discotheque, cloakroom attendant. She's been up half the night.
It was not half the night. Well, it was about, 2 o'clock-ish.
You know, I have seen it happen so often. People pursuing the lure of easy money.
Well, excuse me, Mrs. Walker, but it's not easy money. I've never had a job what was easy money. And with my luck, I never will.
The point I'm making, Mrs. Ogden, is this, that you must beware of taking too much on. Now, if your work here were to suffer, if it became totally unsatisfactory, then I should have to make other arrangements.
Yeah, well, this job in the cloakroom, Mrs. Walker, it's got more interest to it than cleaning. Oh, I'm meeting people from all walks of life. Celebrities.
Such as who?
Well, there was this woman last night. She was telling me about when she was in a Miss Bonnie Scotland contest. Mind you, that's going back a bit now.
How long back?
Well, you don't really like to ask, do you?
Mrs. Ogden, could we put aside these fruitless speculations and get on with the task in hand? Now, I would just remind you that your work here is steady. Now, that establishment across in Rosamond Street is a fly-by-night affair, the sort of thing that comes and goes like attacks of flu.
Pick, pick, pick. I never get a word of thanks, you know.
Never mind, Hilda, cheer up. I've got a choice bit of news for you. Now then, you know Chalky Whiteley's house?
Yeah, what about it?
Well, the auctioneers are coming to take the furniture away, aren't they?
You call that a choice bit of news?
Yeah. Not only that. There's not only Chalky Whiteley's furniture in there, there's Duckworth's as well. I helped to move it this afternoon. Hey, and the cheeky devil hasn't paid me either.
Well, so what about it?
Well, he thinks he's worked a flanker. He thinks by putting his furniture in there, he won't have to store it anywhere else.
This is the most boring bit of gossip I've ever heard in my life.
Think, Hilda, think. Your brain's gone to sleep, woman. Now, what's going to happen when the auctioneers come to take away Chalky Whiteley's furniture? They're going to take the Duckworth's furniture as well, aren't they?
Oh, you're dead miserable, you. I wouldn't like to be like that, taking pleasure in somebody else's trouble.
Oh, well, if that's the way you feel, you want to nick over to that factory and tell Vera?
Well, not likely. She got me the sack from over there, you know. All because of that bit of fun with the pools, Cooper. I hope they take everything she's got.
It's not very nice. Oh, hello. You're just in time. I was just ready for putting out.
Yeah, well, I'm dashing out. I don't mean more than 10 minutes.
I know. When it's ready. Oh, Brian, what do you think we've got a bathroom for?
I'm in a rush. Should have come up with dinner anyway.
Yes, well, you've got to eat. This is better for you than a sandwich. You'll not be away from the garage more than half an hour.
Aye. It's when you miss the jobs, isn't it? When there's nobody there to look after things.
I thought you said you couldn't take on any more jobs.
Can't really.
Well, you can't have it both ways, can you? So stop worrying about the jobs you're missing and come and eat your dinner. Me and Nicky'll have ours later. Hello? Oh, hello, Mr. Carter. Yes, he is here, but he's just having his dinner at the moment. Can I get him to ring you back?
I'll speak to him. Mr. Carter. Aye. You must have just missed me by 2 minutes. I've just a sec walked in. Yeah, I know you need your motor. Look, I'll be there in 10 minutes, OK? Yeah, it's all right. I'm sorry, love. I must have missed them just as I left the garage.
You don't have to go right now. It's not a matter of life and death. You've time to eat your dinner.
Look, he's a good customer and there's other garages around. Sorry, love.
Have a pineapple juice, please. Hello.
Hello, mate.
Hello.
You know, you really hurt me last night, you did.
Pardon?
Over the road there when they turned funny.
When they chucked you out, you mean?
I was not chucked out. Nobody chucked me out of anywhere. I'm an ex-para, me.
Didn't get in, though, did you, Fred? I would have thought as an ex-para you could have dropped in through the roof.
Look, I left that place with dignity, didn't I? And I didn't hurt anybody. No, the thing is, I reckon if you go to a place with a lady, that lady should stick with you and leave with you. That's if she is a lady.
I'm sorry you're taking that attitude, Fred, but I did have a ticket.
Yeah, and you didn't. You gate crashed, so don't start picking on the girl.
Whether I had a ticket or not is not the point. The point is that I was there as Mavis's escort and Mavis should have stuck with me. Mavis should have said, one out, all out.
Well, to be quite honest, when you were asked to leave, I was going to go out, but I sort of got ushered in.
Yeah.
Can't be much fun for you on your own.
Well, I could see straight away that it wasn't my sort of place. You know, the music was terribly loud and it was pitch black inside, except for them funny lights they have, you know, that flash across you.
So you wouldn't enjoy yourself then?
Well, I was just thinking I'd be going home when this man came up and asked me to dance. And of course I don't do that kind of dancing.
Oh, you should have had a go, love.
Well, I did. I thought, well, maybe nobody here knows you. I mean, even if they do, they can't see you. So I'd quite a lengthy dance. It was really quite enjoyable.
What about this man? Did he take you home?
No, but when the lights went up, I think he got mixed up with the crowd. You know, we must have got separated in the dark. In fact, I've probably been dancing by myself for the last 10 minutes.
Large scotch, please, Fred.
Hello. Hey, Blakey, you got a fan for that club of yours here. Maybe he's had a great time last night.
Glad to hear it. Let's hope you're a regular. We could do with some customers.
Me.
Now, listen, Squire, when you're a paying guest, you'll be more than welcome. But, I mean, do I come in here and expect you to give me free drinks? Same with my club.
You know, people treat me like a right mug round here. Hey, what time are the auctioneers coming for Chalky Whiteley's furniture?
I don't know, sometime today, that's all I know. Why?
Well, no reason. Nobody treats me like a mug and gets away with it, though.
You missed a great night last night, Mrs. Walker.
Not by my standards, Mr. Baldwin. Not my kind of evening, not my kind of people.
Oh, I don't know. All the Newton and Ridley directors were there. In fact, Miss Ridley asked about you. I said you had an invite.
Did you hear that? She had an invite last night and didn't go and could have passed it on to me. Do you know, I'm treated like a right convenience round here, me.
Well, come to think of it, Fred, there is a certain resemblance there, you know.
Thought I might find you here. Excuse me, Mrs. Walker.
Yes, of course.
We've got a little problem. One of the cleaners hasn't turned up.
Well, you hired them. Should have made sure they were reliable.
Yeah, well, I thought I had. Anyway, the one that has come, she's griping because she's doing it all on her own. I just thought you might know somebody local.
I do. Hilda!
Oh, no, Mr. Baldwin, it's not right. I'm already cleaning here and your flat and Mrs. Lowther's, and now I've got the cloakroom.
Oh, go on, Hilda. Just this once, eh? Help me out.
Well, there's a limit to what flesh and blood can be expected to tackle, you know. You might as well tie a brush to my backside and I can sweep the floor while I'm walking about.
Time and a half, Hilda.
Well, just this once, then, seeing as it's you.
It's all right for our flipping Jack.
I wouldn't mind staying in bed myself.
Not without Jack mind.
Anyway, come on. Hey, listen, Vera, you need fun. I'm going to nip to the corner shop. I'll clock in for you then. Only wants a bit. There's only me now. Yeah. Excuse me. Do you mind telling me what you're doing?
Well, it's obvious, isn't it, love? Right, Bellman.
Listen, I'm not asking for fun, you know. That's my friend City you've got there.
Your friend's called Mr. Whiteley. Right, love? No, don't get worried, love. It's all legal and above board. He's sending it for auction.
No, that's Mrs. Duckworth's settee, that is. See that burn mark there? I'd know it anywhere.
No, love, no. See, here. Whiteley, furniture removal, 9 Coronation Street. It's all on the advice note.
Look, I'm not arguing with you. I'll fetch her. She'll tell you herself.
Is she an utter or what?
I don't know. The world's full of them. Come on, Bernard.
So second one says, well, I'm hunting milk. So third one says, well, it's all right for you two. I'm sharing with a bloke that smokes St. Bruno.
Where'd you hear of all? Hey, Vera, there's 2 fellas moving your furniture.
What?
Well, don't just sit there. They've got a van parked outside Chalky's house. I'm telling you, they're shifting your stuff. I'm telling you, Vera. Hey, walk into your cleaner. That's my furniture, is that? Get it put back in the house.
Would you be Mrs. Whiteley at all?
How my hair's like? Listen, get that furniture put back now.
See, same as I told your mate, we're just doing our job, taking that furniture out of there as per instructions. Keep going, Bernard.
Look!
Taking the notice.
That's my furniture, is that? That's nice. I'll take it off that one.
Come on.
Get off!
Calm down, will you?
Come on, Mrs. Hodkin. We've got work to do.
Just wait your sweat a minute. Just look at that one showing herself up. Really lets the street down, she does.
Put yourself in my position. I'm just doing my job. Now, anybody could come to me and say, that's my furniture.
But I'm not just anybody, am I? Look, I'm not saying it's all mine.
Oh, I see.
And don't I say mine? Hey, and that's mine. Look, that came from Benidorm.
What's going on, Hilda?
Oh, you know quite well what's going on. They're carting her furniture away. Well, if it was mine, I'd be glad to see the back of it. I wouldn't give it house room.
Now, come on, Mrs. Ogden. If you want to do that job.
Yeah, all right.
Jack! Jack! Get your body out of that pit. Come down here and sort this out.
Holy, you'll have all flaming street out.
Hey, you want to get out here, you lot? You're missing a treat.
Jack! Come down here! Oh, the idle swine!
Do you know where the cleaning gear is?
Oh, I'll find it. I know one thing. They never keep it behind the bar with all the wines and spirits. Oh, I see it's still here then.
What, the coat? Oh, yeah. We saw the mystery, though. Her husband rang up this morning. She's coming sometime this afternoon to collect it.
Ooh, you wouldn't catch me leaving a fur coat behind. Must have more money than sense.
I think she'd had a drop too much to drink. In fact, she was practically keg-legged. Her mates more or less carried her out.
Oh, wait, I remember seeing that. Ah, so it's her coat, is it? Hmm. Do you know, I remember thinking at the time she seemed a very low sort of woman. Well, I suppose that's how she'll have got the coat in the first place.
Blaming Nora, Vera, I just got my head down.
Look, that's our furniture disappearing to that van. Go sort it out. Hey, and pass me a fly.
Hey, you're not taking our gear.
Look, I don't want any trouble, pal.
This will be all sorted out in a minute, this.
Because I'm only doing my job.
Well, the thing is, I put some gear in the house.
Yeah, see him off, Jack. Go on, belt him one.
Listen,
Go on.
you're right, kid.
Yeah, go on, stick him on
Will
Jack.
you shut up? Listen, the thing is, you see, we're buying the house, you see. I mean, a lot of that stuff that's on it is Chalky Whiteley's. but it's-
Wait. That's the name on the ticket. Look here. What can't speak, can't lie.
Hey, and I tell you what, that bed's ours. And
Will you
that's
give us have a chance? Look, we're buying this house, and I put some gear in there yesterday, you see.
Yeah, and I tell you what, this chair's ours as well. And it's not moving for me.
No. Tell the office we've got trouble.
Ivy! What do you think you're on? You and this girl should be back at work.
It's Vera, Mr. Morgan. She's having a bit of trouble.
Well, I don't pay you to stand around here watching Vera and I get them back.
Oh, all right.
Come on, get back.
Oh, come on, now, love. Now, love. Now.
Stop saying now, love. You'd help me if you were a man instead of a rabbit in trousers.
Have you finished?
Oh, I was just, well, I've been thinking of getting one of these, you see, and I just wanted to see if it'd suit.
Yeah, well, you're getting paid time and a half for cleaning, you know, not modelling.
You know, no matter how much I had to drink, I'd never leave one of these behind. Not that I'll ever get the chance.
Well, I'll tell you what you can have, love. Here's some leftovers from last night, sausage rolls. You can take them home if you want.
Story of my life, that, you know, leftovers. Even Stan, he were a leftover. Doesn't seem fair somehow.
Do you know, all we need now is a copper in as furniture's ruined.
You what? It looks ruined to me already, Vera.
Are you going to sit there like that? Big get take Mickey out of us, eh?
Give it a rest, will you? Oh, flaming Emma, that's all I need.
Why? Who is it?
The estate agent. Right, you keep quiet, let me do all the talking, because we're in enough trouble as it is. How do, Mr. Banks? Nice to see you. How are you keeping? See, we've got a little bit of a situation here. Storm in a teacup, really.
So this is why you wanted to borrow the keys yesterday, eh? Measuring up for curtains, you said. And all the time you were moving things in on the sly.
Well, only just a bit of furniture, bits and pieces, that's all. I mean, I thought it was a good idea, because we are buying the house,
Look,
after all.
until the contracts are exchanged, the house is Mr. Whiteley's. And you have no rights in here at all. What you did was deception. Some people would call it criminal deception.
Oh, now, come on, there's no need to take that attitude, Mr. Banks.
I want all that stuff out the house now.
Why?
Oh, come on.
Out! Or the whole thing goes to higher authority, the police.
Oh, flaming Emma. Mr. Banks. Hey, Mr. Banks.
Right, missus. Tell us which pieces you want, and we'll get them out for you.
Table, yeah, that's ours, yeah.
Been a good bit of bother, this, Fred. This neighbourhood's been dead quite respectable lately.
I don't know, Eddie. Be all right now the duck eggs have arrived. Hey, it'll be more like the monkey house. We might get our rates reduced.
Hey, Duckworth, Mr. Baldwin's playing over you.
Oh, well, listen, tell him I'll be back in 5 minutes.
Well, he says not to bother. He says, in fact, he don't want to see you in work this afternoon because he reckons you'll only disrupt production anyway.
Charming! Now I've lost half a day's wage, haven't I? And it's all your fault. You're trying to save a bit of cash, eh? You big swallow.
You may have noticed, Mr. Banks, the wife is very highly strung, gets upset very easy.
Oh,
now, if
I
we
don't
could move
believe
some
it.
of the gear...
No, out of the question.
I see. So we're going to play it by the book, are we? Right? That's all right by me. All right?
Hey, Ivy, you don't mind, do you, if we move a bit of stuff into your house?
No, you cannot, Vera. I've no room. Listen, I made room for you and your Jack, and that's my limit.
Is this yours, love?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, table, yeah.
No, this is yours, one with a broken leg, look.
Oh, well, it's easy mistake, isn't it? They're very similar, aren't they?
Well, they're both tables.
Yeah.
Let me kill you! We're going to have a good table!
Should we cut it out like that?
No, I'm not finished.
You've not finished?
No.
25 to 6.
Why?
Oh, you could put this in now.
Why?
Ready for your daddy coming home.
You don't know.
Well, on the other hand, if he's late home again, eh?
Why?
Well, he usually is.
Oh, naughty now.
Naughty daddy.
Well, we can't just leave it in the street, can we? You'll just have to hire a van and load it someplace.
Telling you, I'm joking. It's cost a bomb.
We should have done that in first place.
I am sorry I never said we'd move.
I'm sorry I ever set eyes on you.
Yes, do it, woman.
Hey, Alf.
The answer's no.
We don't even know what I was going to ask you.
Oh, no, you're quite right, love. I'm sorry, Vera. I shouldn't have jumped down your throat. No, you see, it's been a long day, and I thought maybe you were going to ask me if you could put your furniture in my front room. Yes. I'm sorry, love. Say what you're going to say.
Well, there's no point now.
Oh. Hey. You knew them auctioneers were coming today. Why didn't you warn them?
What, I miss a good laugh?
You warped, you, Fred. Warped. Why'd you? You see your voice.
Hey, Vera. What? There's a big black dog sat on your settee.
Oh, hey, useless. Do something. Guard it or something. Mrs. Walker, have you got a minute?
Yes, Mrs. Walker.
Well, you know, like, we've had a few problems, like, we're moving, and we're stuck for a day or two, you know, somewhere to put us furniture. And I just wondered if I could put furniture in Select Life. Only for a day or two, that's all.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Duckworth, but this is a public house, not a furniture repository.
Repository? I thought that was something you shoved up your nose.
Give us a Scotch large one, please, Fred.
Mr. Baldwin, I'm sorry about, you know, today, like, not being able to come in.
That's all right, Vera. Your absence doesn't seem to have affected production. In fact, perhaps we should make it a regular thing.
Oh, don't say that. That's putting boots in when I'm on floor.
Oh, yeah? Well, when have you thought twice about putting your size 9s in, eh? Any chance you get? I mean, look at the graffiti club last night.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the latest.
I know, honestly. But listen, I was just wondering if I could put my furniture in works like.
You what?
Yeah, that loading bay, maybe. Just while I move, you know, get my house like. Please, as a favour.
You've got to be joking. You're always making me out as a hard-hearted skinflint, aren't you, eh?
Oh, prove me wrong, then. I mean, look, I'm pleading, honestly.
Go on, then. I must be balmy. The backloading bay, all right. But if I catch you or anyone else sitting on that settee in my time, then...
Hey, oh. What is it?
I brought you the dog.
Hi.
Hello?
Where's Nicky?
Where do you think? In bed hours since. You do know what time he goes to bed, I suppose.
Don't start.
Well, I'm fed up sitting waiting for you to come home.
I've not been having fun, you know. I've been working.
I never know what time to make you something to eat if we don't go out anymore. You're dead beat most of the time.
Well, you don't have to put up with it much longer, will you?
How do you mean?
I mean, I'm fed up with all. I've had a sickener of that garage. I'm never out of it. All I'm doing is just keep my head above water. So anyway, I've been thinking about it this last couple of days.
Go on.
It's like being on a treadmill. I'm running like mad to try and stay in the same place. And let's face it, you need money to build up a business. I haven't got it, and I never will have. So what's the point? I want to get rid.
You're going to sell the garage?
Yeah. Let somebody else take it on. I've had enough. Silver's garage? Speaking. I see. That sounds like a bit of muck in the car to me, mate. Maybe you fetch it in, I'll fix it for you. Oh, I'm sorry there's no way I can get out to you, not this morning anyway. Maybe I'll to mind you this afternoon. Okay, suit yourself, it's my best offer, I'm afraid. No, I don't know the number for Weatherfield garages. It's all right.
Look, I know it's wrecking your hearts to leave me, but if you're going, can we be having you? Because some of us have got jobs to go to.
Hey, bye, Isn't it nice to know when you wanted? Well, go on, you've got keys.
Me? I thought you had them.
Oh, I don't flame well believe it. It's all legal and signed for, and now we can't flame well get in.
Hang on. Keep your head on. I was only joking.
Oh, I'm throttling. I will, so help me. Hey, did I thank you?
What for?
Well, for having us your duck egg.
No, I don't think you did, Vera.
Well, Tanya, okay. Ain't you a great? Don't know where we'd have ended up, honest I don't.
Well, I couldn't see you roaming streets, could I, love? I mean, they're untidy enough as it is.
Ah, thanks very much. I love you and all.
Hey,
What?
good luck in your new house.
Darlo.
Oh, today's the big day then, eh? Moving in, are you?
Bye, Kilda. What kept you there? Must be all of 30 seconds since we left Ivy's. Well, come on. We can move in now, Hilda's here.
Well, at least you got one thing going for you. You'll not be stuck for space, will you? Not with the tidgy bit of furniture you've got.
Now, listen here,
All
Hilda.
right. Flaming great start, innit, eh? Standing up row in the street, come on.
Yeah. Aren't you going to carry her over the threshold?
What, him? He never carried us over at threshold when we got wed. He's not likely to start now, is he?
Yeah, well, happen you're right. Probably have to make 2 journeys, any road. Well, I wish you every happiness in your new home.
Bye. One of these days, somebody's going to tie a knot in that flaming windpipe of hers. And I've got a good idea who it's going to be.
Flaming North, there is no like getting off on the right foot with your neighbours, is there? Come on, you.
Hi.
Oh, it's you.
Oh, tar very much. I didn't expect you to throw your arms round me and have your wicked way with me, but I wouldn't have said no to a smile, especially seeing as I brought you something to keep your strength up.
You're so low, I was miles away. What have you got there?
Coconut cake, just got it out of the oven.
Now you're talking. Here, you make a cup of tea to go with it. I'll just finish this. The kettle has boiled.
Yeah, right.
What's up?
Just thinking.
What about?
This place.
All right.
You can't seriously be thinking of selling it. Not now. Not after all you put into it.
That's what I'm getting out of it. That's bothering me. And it's not a lot, is it?
Well, not yet, maybe. You've got to expect to make sacrifices when you set up on your own.
I know that. But the way things are going, I'm going to be working to keep the bank happy for the rest of my natural answer. I mean, where's the future in that?
Not always. Just till you get back on your feet.
Aye, when will that be? I've had it, girl, honestly. And it's not flaming worth it. I mean, do you know how many hours I put in last week?
Well, I know we didn't see much of it.
70. 70 flaming hours. That's not including the time you put in doing the books. And more money when I was a flaming grease monkey for run sites.
It's not all down to money, Brian. I mean, you're building something here for the future. For all of us. For you, me and Nicky.
Look, love, if I go working for somebody else,
All this will have been for nothing.
at least I'll have regular hours, a decent pay pack every week and nothing to worry about. I'm sorry, love, but that lot beats this lot into a cocktail any day of the week. You better knock that kettle back on again.
Come on out, kid. I'll be laughing in a minute.
Well, you could bring them in instead of just dumping them there.
It's quicker this way, isn't it?
I thought you were supposed to be moving stuff in, not chucking it out.
Chucking it out, Hilda. Whatever give you that idea, eh? We're collecting the bonfire night, aren't we?
Bonfire night?
Yeah, bonfire night. And as it happens, you're in luck, aren't you? We're just looking for a guy, so how are you fixed?
No, I don't think so. I mean, there wouldn't be room for 2 of us, would there?
Well, that's it.
Oh, knock it off, will you?
I'm not having her making cracks about my furniture.
You're right, there's enough in them already.
You are?
Cracks in the furniture.
Now, look, I'm warning you.
Come on, it's only a joke, innit?
Ah, well, you'll laugh on the other side of your face next time you come out with something like that, I'm warning you. Look, we're going to get rid of that stuff from over there, aren't we?
Do you mean I've got a choice? I'm on my way, my love.
Oh, how's the headache, Mrs. Walker?
I think it's a little better, thank you, Fred.
Oh, God. Nothing like letting the corsets out and getting your head down for half an hour, is there? I've got a bit of headache coming on, Mrs. Walker.
Ah, just the man I wanted to see, Mr. Baldwin.
Oh, what a pity, Fred. Why don't you take some time off, Fred? Or better still, go to Jersey for a week, Fred. You need the time off.
Did you say something, Fred?
Me? Oh, no. Not a thing, Mrs. Walker. Not a thing.
What can I do for you, Mrs. Walker?
Mr. Baldwin, for the best part of this morning, my head has been ringing, positively ringing, and do you know why?
No, I've got no
Because of
idea.
that dreadful disco of yours. I did not get a wink of sleep until after 2 o'clock this morning.
Really?
Yes, really.
Oh, well, here's a bloke you want to see. Mrs. Walker's got a complaint.
Complaint?
Yeah.
What about?
The disco. She reckons it kept her awake all night.
Well, you can hear it over here. Oh, we'll have to start charging you for it.
Not the music, afterwards. The slamming of car doors, the laughing, the joking, and if you find that kind of thing amusing, I certainly do not.
High spirits, Mrs. Walker. Well, they do come to enjoy themselves.
Well, if you do not manage to quieten them somehow, I shall have no alternative but to inform the police.
Hey, now, hang on a minute.
No, you hang on a minute. If Mrs. Walker was disturbed, she's got a right to complain, hasn't she?
Thank you.
Yeah, well, all right. I suppose we were a bit more rowdy than usual last night. We had an 18th birthday party, and you see, and...
Well, get a few notices printed. Ask them to be quiet when they leave us.
Well, a fat lot of good that's going to do, innit? As far as I can see, with that lot over there, I can't read any road.
That'll be quite enough, thank you, Fred. I am just happy that my criticism has been taken care of, at least in some quarters.
Oh, Mrs. Walker, about this headache.
Yes, I know, Fred. I shouldn't be here. It's the worst possible place. I'll be in the back if you need me.
Hi.
What are you doing here? I was supposed to meet you in the Rovers.
Yeah, you were, but I couldn't wait. I've got a bit of good news.
Well, I could do with that. Well, go on then. What is it?
My driving test.
What about it?
They've had a cancellation. I can take it on Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Oh, don't say it like that. I thought you'd be pleased.
Well, that doesn't give you much time, does it?
I'm as ready as I'll ever be. And I've got a better reason to pass now, haven't I?
I'm not with you.
I'll be able to help you out, won't I? You won't have to drop everything every time you have to dash out for spares and stuff. I'll be able to collect customers' cars for servicing.
It won't make any difference, Gail.
Of course it will. Even if I only save you an hour a day, it's an extra hour you'll have here, isn't it?
All right. So it'll give me an extra hour a day. Maybe even a couple. That's not going to make any difference. I'll still be sweating my guts out from morning till night to pay the bank back. I still won't have any time for myself. I'm sorry, love. I know you mean well, but it won't make any difference. Honest, it won't.
Just gonna have to prove it to you then, aren't I?
Right, thanks very much, love. Ta-da. Hello, Emily.
Hello.
Oh, Al, you've not met Mrs. Duckworth's new neighbour, have you?
Hey, you can stop stirring it and all. You've no complaints so far, have you, Emily?
No. But then again, they've not moved in proper yet, have they?
Well, there's 2 houses in between.
Well, they seem to be working very hard to get it straight.
Nah, it's just that I can't imagine living next door to Vera.
Well, somebody's got to.
Do you mind changing the subject?
Sorry. What can I do for you?
I just wanted to drop my order in, actually, and do you think I could pick it up at tea time?
Of course you can, unless there's anything very exotic on it, like octopus fillets in aspic or goat's milk cheese.
There's nothing more exotic than half-covered chocolate digestive, so I should be all right. I'll pick it up at tea time.
All right, love.
I don't suppose Ken's got anything yet.
Well, he hadn't this morning. Still, you never know. He was going back to the job centre again this afternoon.
I am on the rest.
Thanks, Alf.
Well, I'm sorry, love, but there's no use sticking your head in the sand, is there? Ken's not the only one, is it?
But Ken does have a lot to offer, you know, Alf. He's a mature man with a very sound sense of responsibility.
He didn't show much sign of that when he jacked his job in,
He
did
had no choice, did he?
He should have had more sense than to leak a council document, shouldn't he?
Ken gave that story to Pam Mitchell because he happens to care about the kids around here.
And he also knew that if he didn't out about it, nobody else would either.
Yeah, but he's a married man with a family, isn't he? I mean, it's all right having these high-flown principles. Don't pay the bills, though, does it?
Yeah, well, I happen to think he was right to stand up to him at the town hall. And whatever happens, I'm with him. All the way.
Same again, Squire.
No, duty calls. Some of us don't have the opportunity of working in a holiday camp.
I'll have you know I've been up since 5:30. I'd done a day's work before you even saw flipping daylight.
Well, all I can say is, it doesn't show.
Smoothie.
See ya.
You'll have had enough for one day then, Reese.
You can say that again.
Only, I was thinking of, getting the car out on the rover and going for a bit of a spin,
Where are you now?
It'd be no problem to, just pop round at the cabin.
You just might be doing yourself a favour there, Fred.
Really?
Definitely. We've just got some new road maps in. Special offer. 10% off.
Ta very much.
Least we can do is give it a try, Brian.
There's no point talking about it, is there? I mean, what's the point in making plans based on something that may never happen?
Like what?
Like you not passing your test.
You said I was in with a chance.
No, I'm not the Fleming examiner, am I? I don't know what I was going to feel about it. Even the best drivers have off days, don't they?
Well, I won't have an off day, Brian. Honest, I won't. We can work on it this after, can't we?
I can't, love. No way, not this afternoon.
Just for half an hour.
If you had half an hour, I could fill it in 5 times over. Look, I'm sorry, love. I'll have to go. I'll see you later.
I don't suppose you know what time you'll be home.
I don't think I'll be late.
They're back before I know.
Yes, love.
Orange juice, please, Fred.
Right.
Like that, is it?
Oh, Rita, why do fellas have to be so stubborn?
It's not fellas that are stubborn, love. It's us that are so unreasonable. Right, Fred?
Definitely.
Gail, where's our Brian off to in such a rush?
Work, where else?
Well, what's up with him? He hardly noticed me.
Note.
Well, it didn't look like note to me.
I asked him to take me for a driving lesson, and he said he had things better to do.
Oh, is that all?
It's enough, isn't it? I take me test in a couple of days.
Gail, Brian's very busy, love. You'll have to realise that. I mean, he's got a business to run, hasn't he? I'm sure if he could have fitted it, he would have done.
Here, if you're that desperate, Fred's doing that this afternoon, right, Fred?
Huh?
I'm looking for someone to take me out for a drive this after, Fred.
Oh, well, if that's the case, you've come to the right fella, haven't you? Now then, where do you fancy? Peak District, Southport?
There you are, cracked it.
I didn't mean you to drive me. I meant me to drive you.
Oh.
Practice for me test, like.
Oh, well, I don't know about that, girl.
Oh,
no.
but you will, won't you? I mean, you may get the impression that Fred's all mouth, but deep down inside he's got a heart of gold. Right, Joe?
Oh, so this is where you're hiding yourself, is it?
Oh, well, I just came in for... what did I come in for?
You never got round to saying, Stan.
Tea bags. That was it. I used the last this morning.
If you was out grafting like you ought to be, you wouldn't have time to sit drinking tea.
I think she's trying to tell you something, Stan.
It's no good trying to do windows without Eddie. I can't give it the leather, can I?
Well, there's now to stop you going around collecting a bit of money in, is there? You might pick up a bit of new business if you shape yourself.
She wants me to get the dear Duckworth, you know. She's dying to know every stick and stone inside that house.
It's no concern of mine what they've got in there. They can be sitting on egg boxes for all I care.
Whether it's your concern or not, you won't be happy till you know, will you?
Listen, if you was planning on going, I'd be on my way if I was you, while you still can.
You would. I'm going. Ta-da.
Yeah.
Ta.
Hey, you're a hard woman, Hilda.
Well, he asks for it, doesn't he? And you don't want to encourage him, you know. He'd sit there till he took root if you'd let him.
Right, you taking these then, or what?
No, not just now, because I've got to nip back to Mrs. Lowder's for an hour.
OK, suit yourself.
Would you put some green soap on me order as well?
Sorry, Hilda, no can do. We're out till tomorrow. Vera's just had the last.
Oh, well, looks as if I'll have to wait then, doesn't it?
How's their move going, anyway?
Well, how should I know?
I just thought you might have noticed on your way in, like.
Oh, no, I've got enough to think about without bothering what the Duckworths are up to, thank you very much. I'll get Stan to pick up the order later.
All right, Hilda.
All right.
Ta-ra.
Come on, then, up a bit.
Well, I can't get a grip, can I?
Oh, fling Flaming Nora, move round here then, will you?
I'm not playing a violent woman, you know.
Oh, you mother, a big spare part.
You are?
I said we've made a fair start, haven't we? You fit?
Yeah.
Right. Up, 2, 3, 6. Come on, get on with it.
I've got it.
Right, now hang on.
Oh, it's set
Right, now
there.
keep going till we get to the other side, right?
Hey,
You all right?
just a minute.
Come
Don't
on.
push.
You all right?
Mike, what are you... Hey, you flaming maniac! You flaming maniac!
It wasn't my fault.
Well, it wasn't my fault, was it?
Of course it wasn't, Vera. I mean, you expect folk to be playing silly beggars all over the street, don't you?
You come round that corner like a ferret with its tail on fire.
I was only in second. Honest.
Yeah, we were nearly next world, weren't we?
It's all right, love, leave it. There's not much damage done, is there?
Well, there's not much wrong with your emergency stop, is there, girl?
It's a good job there ain't. I thought I was going to hit you.
Never mind it. What about a flipping bar?
Bar? You call that flaming thing a bar?
Hey, don't you knock it, mate. She thinks as much of that as she does of me.
Listen, I think more about this bar than I do of you. Well, come on, then. What are you waiting for, eh? A bus to come along and finish the job off? I don't know. Hey! And you want to be careful, you, how you drive next time. You might not be so lucky.
Hey, she's right, you know, kid. If she has her mouth open, you might never be seen again.
Hello, Emily. Oh, not come for your order, have you? Only you did say tonight.
No, I haven't. As a matter of fact, I just popped over on the off chance of catching you, actually.
Well, you're lucky. I was thinking of catching the next flight to Florida, as it happens.
Deirdre, I'm trying to be serious.
What makes you think I'm not? Sorry, love, what can I do for you?
Well, I don't quite know how to put this, but, perhaps it's more a matter of what I can do for you.
For me?
Oh, look, I don't want you to feel insulted or anything, but, well, it's about you and Ken. It's just that, well, I'd like you to know that if you find the bills piling up a bit while Ken's looking for something else and you need a bit of help, financial help, that is, just till you get on your feet again.
Thank you, Emily. It's very good of you, honestly it is, but, well, I'm hoping it won't come to that.
Oh, so am I, but I just wanted you to know that...
I know, and I appreciate it. We both do. But, well, we're not exactly pressing the panic button just yet. You know, I've still got my job, and Ken did get a bit of redundancy pay, and I think he's got 1 or 2 irons in the fire as well.
Well, it's nice to know you're looking on the bright side anyway.
I've got to, haven't I?
Is that you out, Terry?
Are you expecting Father Christmas?
Oh, you're back then. Take it you're stopping.
Of course I'm stopping. It's my home and all, innit?
You should have thought of that this morning when we were humping all the gear over, shouldn't you?
I've been working, haven't I?
You pick your flaming times, don't you?
Hey, what do you reckon then?
Doesn't look no different from the other place to me. What's for tea, anyway?
Tea? When have I had any time to make any tea?
Well, we've still got to eat, you know, Mum.
Listen, lad, before you start thinking about eating, you can make yourself useful.
Me?
Yeah, you. There's beds for a start.
Well, I tell you what, Mum, you make a list, and me and my dad will make a start as soon as we get back.
Where from?
The Rovers.
Now you're talking, son.
Hey, hang on a minute. Nobody's going out of this house till it's something like.
Well, it is somewhat like, Mum. What do you reckon, Dad?
I think it's like a show house, kid. Come on, we're missing good boozing time.
Hey, hang on a minute.
Oh, what now?
I'm not having you two skiving off, leaving me here on my Todd.
Then what you gonna do about it?
I'll tell you what I'm going to do about it. I'm coming with you, aren't I? Eh?
Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Then what did he do? Jack fell down and broke his crown. And Jill came tumbling after, didn't she? Can you say it? Say it for me, Nicky. Hello. I weren't expecting you for another half hour yet.
Stuck for parts, aren't I? I need a new wiper motor. Can't get it till tomorrow.
Oh, well, we're not complaining, are we? Just tell your daddy all about Jack and Jill while I get his tea ready, eh?
I've heard it all before, mate. And I don't believe a word of it.
Well, he does. Every word. You're a lot chirpier than you were this dinner time.
Yeah, I suppose so. Hey, you still fancying out in the van? Maybe we can manage you half an hour after tea.
All right, yeah. I wouldn't say no to another lesson.
Another one?
Yeah, had one this after. Knight in shining armour came to my rescue.
Which knight in shining armour?
Fred
G?
Fred G. It's when you didn't end up in the flaming lake. How'd you get on?
Well, apart from nearly mowing down the Duckworths, all right, I suppose. Hey, Brian, their car and I feel different to our little Vanda.
So it should have known. You know, I wouldn't mind going with something like that myself again.
Good to car like that, to the business.
I mean, when I sell the business.
If we sell the business.
When I sell the business. I saw Ginger's after, didn't I?
What's he got to do with it?
Well, he's got it made, hasn't he? Nice big fat pay packet every week. Decent hours, fellas underneath him.
Yeah, and he'll be doing the same job for the next 25 years, won't he?
Yeah, and what
If
will
he's
I be
lucky.
doing? What will I be doing? I'll still be working 25 hours a day, 8 days a week to keep the bank happy, won't I?
No, you won't. You'll have half a dozen garages by then. All paid for and all.
You never give up, do you?
No, I don't. Because I reckon you've got a lot more about you than being a garage mechanic all your life. Tea'll be on the table in 10 minutes.
You know, I don't think I fancy working in a meat market.
No, happen you wouldn't. Sorts of men from the boys I can sell you.
Give over. Working behind the bar isn't exactly like being in the brownies, you know.
You know what I'd rather be, Fred? I've always wanted a pub of my own. Every fella's dream, that, you know.
Give over. You'll be on your knees in a week, you.
Hey, if I had my own pub, kid, I'd be on my knees in about 2 hours, I tell you.
Hi, mate.
Oh, hello, stranger.
Stranger? Only saw you dinner time.
I know. Every time I've been in here, you seem to be in it.
Mrs. Walker, is it complaining, are you, love?
Not about your custom, no. But if you don't do something about that noise, I shall have plenty to say.
Yeah, well, point taken. Pint of bitter, please, Mrs. Walker, and whatever the boss wants.
No, not for me. I've got to be going.
You're not leaving on my own, are you?
You'll survive. Anyway, it won't be for long, will it? You've got a disco to run, remember? Bye, Mrs. Walker.
Bye-bye, Mrs.
Hello.
Oh, thanks, Mrs. Walker. Cheers.
What'll it be, Reed? Vodka and tonic or tonight's speciality of the house?
What's the speciality of the house when it's at home?
Me on a butty.
You mind, I've not had my tea. Give us a vodka and tonic. Hello again.
Hello. Didn't you used to live in our house?
Yeah, that's right. So if you're thinking of having a housewarming party, you better put us top of the list, because I know what bottle opener's kept.
When's it going to be, Jacko, mate?
When's what?
The housewarming.
Ha! Who's having housewarming?
You are. We've just voted one.
Hey, that's not a bad idea, that, you know.
Oh, Mum, I don't like her parties, not like that anyway.
Now, your son is a man after my own heart when it comes to parties, Mrs. Duckworth. Don't get me wrong, there is nothing I like better than a quiet drink with friends, but anything more boisterous, I'm afraid not.
See, Mum, I'm not the only one.
Well, there's no problem, is there? You can come round here and keep her company.
So we're on now, Vera.
Ah, you bet we're on, kid. Listen, it's about time somebody livened it up round here, isn't it, love?
You got sick?
Yeah, there's a dimple mantelpiece. Hey, what do you think?
You what?
Dar, are you blind or something?
Oh, very nice, sir.
Well, I think it's smashing. It's spot on, kid. Hey, it'll be Spanish night at the Duckworth Soleil.
Spanish night? What Spanish night?
Oh, you've plain forgotten, haven't you? It's his housewarming tonight.
No, I haven't forgotten.
Hey, well, just think on what you've got to do.
What have I got to do?
Bite bulls.
With what? I'm skint.
Ha! Well, that's your problem. Ta.
She must think she's still in flaming Benidorm or something.
Hey.
You've got all day to read that. Go on, test me, please.
Oh, you know it well enough.
Yeah, but I want to be perfect, don't I? I mean, I'd be dead mad if I failed my driving test because I didn't know my highway code. This is the last chance I've got. Go on, please.
Right. What position should you be in?
I can't tell what you're saying.
I said, what position should you be in?
Position? How do you mean?
What position should you be in when you're in your car?
Sitting behind the steering wheel.
And?
I don't know what you're talking about. That ain't in there.
Yes.
Oh, I don't remember seeing it.
It says you have to be in such a position that you can exercise proper control of your vehicle and retain a full view of the road and traffic ahead.
Well, that's obvious.
Well, I know it's obvious, but it's here, so you should have known it.
You're just being awkward, aren't you? Like you have all along about me wanting to drive.
I'm not being awkward, it's in here.
It's a male thing, isn't it? Men don't like women drivers, but you'll see the difference it makes when I pass. You'll have more time to spend in that garage, you'll make more money, and you won't have to think about selling.
Yes, love.
Brian, you're putting me down again. I can't help you, know.
I'm sorry, love. Of course you can help. A budding Nicky Lauder like you. All right, then. Another question. What rule applies to a 3-lane motorway as well as a 2-lane?
The left-hand rule. You may stay in the middle lane if the traffic on the left-hand side is moving slower than you, but you must return to the left-hand lane when you've overtaken, right?
Gosh.
Oh.
Hiya.
Hello. Neighbour.
We're both lucky, darling, aren't we?
What can I do for you?
Well, I was just wondering what the custom and practice was like for neighbours. Like,
I'm not with you.
have you got a slate?
Oh, that was boss territory, love, that is. Nothing to do with me. Would you like a word with him? He's in.
Well...
Al? Yeah? Have you got a minute?
Yeah?
Mr. Duckworth would like a word with you.
Jack, please.
Oh, Jack would like a word with you.
Yes?
Well, you know, we're having this party tonight, don't you? Spanish night out, our Vera's calling it. Spanish, you know, like licorice, all sorts. Well, for a party, you need booze, don't you? So, unless everybody comes, it's just teetotal. Well, I just thought, how much would we need, like?
Oh, well, depends how many are coming.
Say about a score.
Oh, well, between 30 and 40 quid, I should think.
Thank you very much. I'll take your word for it, seeing as you're the expert boss, like.
Yeah, well, what are you thinking of? Beer?
Alf.
Yeah, I've got a special offer on something.
Alf.
Yes, love.
I think Jack wants to know if he can have it on credit.
Hey?
Well, if that's how you do business, like, I mean, the last shop we used, I mean, we used to have an account there. Who needs money these days? It's going out of fashion, isn't it?
It's not how I do business.
Oh.
Sorry.
Well, I just thought I'd ask anyway, you know. So you've got an offer on, have you?
Beer lager.
How much will £10 buy?
20.
You better give us 10 and half a bottle of rum. Since it's Spanish night, we'll make a few of them Cuba Libras, eh? About 2 of them, and our Vera is at her best. Paralytic.
Hey, you've slipped up, haven't you?
How's that, love?
Well, you should have made it a bottle party. You know, everybody bring a bottle.
Hey, what a good idea. You are not just a satin doll, are you? Heinz. A bottle party? What a good idea.
So I am pleased to tell you that on receipt of this latter sum, that's for the chip range and that, receipt of this latter sum, we will be in a position to reach a settlement of your brother's estate probably in a few days. So, I'm nearly in the money, aren't I?
Seems so, Mrs. Ogden.
It's not as much as I'd hoped for, of course, but still a substantial sum.
Yes.
What would you do with about £1,500, Mrs. Walker?
Do you know, I don't know. Although I would have done it one time, I'd have spent it in the twinkling of an eye. Then I was always a natural spender. Yeah. Nothing vulgar, of course.
Well, I suppose your needs get fewer the older you get. Do you know, there's dozens of things I'd like to spend it on. Hundreds.
Well, now think before you spend. Don't waste it.
Oh, no, I'll not do that.
And don't let other people waste it for you.
I know just what you mean. No, how do you put it? I'll savour it, Mrs. Walker. Like it with a black pudding.
Hey, what you wearing tonight, Hilda?
You are?
Well, you know, for the party. One of your fun dresses, is it?
What party?
Well, this do that the duck was to throw... Hey, don't tell me you've not been invited.
Oh, that's... Well, we might go and we might not. Depends what else we've got on.
Oh, I see. You mean you and Oggy might go up west like some cosy little bistro, you know, is that it?
We can afford to, you know. Even a restaurant if we felt like it.
Oh, perhaps Vera wants to, you know, keep it exclusive, like.
Psst. How much booze have you got?
What you can see.
Well, I didn't think you got much when I saw you coming out of the show and carry a bag.
Have you been spying on me again from over there?
Why did they come to live round here, eh? And there's not enough booze there, nowhere.
Listen, no hassle, kid. What we do, we ask them all to bring a bottle.
Bring a bottle? I think we're all as stingy as landlords.
On Wednesday, Vera, we are. Unless you've got a couple of quid tucked down your blouse.
Hey, what are we going to give them to eat?
Eat a lot of rice in Spain, don't they? Give them a rice pudding.
Hey, well, that stuff we had in Benidorm, that paella stuff, there's a lot of rice in that.
You have to cook it?
Of course you do.
I wouldn't risk it.
Funny.
A Spanish night? What do they know about Spain?
Well, apparently they went to Benidorm once for their holidays and Vera's never forgotten it. Not to mention Benidorm.
I bet. Still...
What?
Well, it might be interesting. Better than watching the latest American blockbuster on television.
Well, I'm not going. Jack Duckworth didn't just invite me, he's good as drew me a plan of his bedroom.
Have you anything better to do?
No. Ken's got to see a mate about a possible job.
Oh, that's good.
Ah, he didn't sound very optimistic, though.
Oh. So, why don't we both cheer ourselves up and do some anthropological research at the Duckworths?
And through what?
Studying human behaviour.
Oh, well, there'll be plenty of that at the Duckworths. Behaviour, I mean.
Oh, it's nice to see somebody having something to be jolly about.
Oh, we have.
Yes, you have, yes.
Yes.
Oh, it's nice we're not finished serving the lady. I mean, no worry. Being a night worker.
Well, I don't think she's in any hurry either.
Oh, box of matches, please, then, love. Was it a private joke, or can anybody have a chuckle?
Oh, we were just discussing whether or not to go to a party in the street tonight.
A party? Things are looking up. I thought it all happened at our place, the graffiti club. Where is this party?
At the Duckworths, it's a housewarming.
Oh, right. Tolov. Oh, have you decided? Are you going to the party?
Yes, we are.
Great.
I don't think I like him.
He does seem to be something of a fresh guy.
What?
I'm a child of the 50s, Deirdre. A super smoothie in your language.
Oh.
I'll see you tonight, then. And as I'm sure we'll all be saying, ole!
No, Vera, I'm not going to give you a sub.
Oh, go on, Mr. Baldwin. I've got to give him something proper to eat, haven't I? I mean, I can't boil dishcloth and crack on it so.
No.
Oh, please, Mr. Baldwin. Hey, you're invited, you know. You're doing me a great favour.
Go on, then, I must be mad. Here. Here's a tenner. But keep it to yourself. Otherwise, I'll be paying out every day but payday.
Oh, thanks, Mr. Baldwin. Hey, by the way, I did tell you it's a bottle party, didn't I? Everybody's got a bottle.
I know what a bottle party is, Vera.
Hello, mate. Hello, Mr. Baldwin. What's up with Mr. Baldwin, then?
Oh, he's just parted with some money. He hates that, you know.
What are you having?
Well, I was just going to go, but I think there's only one side of my throat still wet.
Yep. Pints and light ale.
You're coming tonight, aren't you, love?
Wouldn't be a party without me, would it? You know, I reckon I could hire myself out. Professional party guest. Fred's here, never fear.
Hey, well, don't forget to bring a bottle.
Eh? Oh, yeah. Rely on me, eh?
How about you, Mrs. Walker? Are you coming tonight to my party?
I'm sorry, dear. Early to bed for me, I'm afraid. I have a gruelling committee meeting tomorrow morning. Lady Vittles, you know.
Stuck-up cow.
I think you're very wise, Mrs. Walker. It'll be a very common sort of do. Well, you know what they call round where they used to live, don't you? Jam Row. Because they don't only eat out of jam jars down there. They brew up in them and all.
You're not going then either.
Oh, please, Mrs. Walker. I do have my standards. Well, I'll be off then. Ta-ra.
Right.
Hey, Mum, what have you done to her?
Oh, it's because I haven't invited us at the party. There's no way I am gonna either. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, what have I still got to get? I've written it down. Sausage rolls, supper pies, jarred pickled onions, oh, and some fancy cakes.
Well, talking of grub. Da-da-da-da.
What? What's that?
Sausage, innit?
Where did you get them from?
Did a favour for the butcher down the meat market. It's only the best beef, that, you know.
Well, we'll have these tonight, lovey. On sticks.
Hey, very posh.
Well, what else, kid? Cheers, love.
Cheers.
Oh, I'm sorry I'm late, love. Only had to get some fruit and take it to your dad.
No, you're just in time. Right, this is it. 0 hour.
Right, I'll take Touchy Face back to your house and wait for you there then, shall
Yeah, please. There's some tongue and salad in the fridge, and here's the keys.
Right, love time. Hey, and buck up. You're going to pass, you know, which is more than eat it first time. Come on, Daddy.
You never told me that.
Big mouth? Oh. Well, it was a car one. It let me down. It was an old banger.
Says you.
Come on, then. It's just me reversing I'm worried about. I've never done it right yet.
Hi, kid.
I flame in you, you've been at the booze already.
Only one, my love.
Yeah, but only one from not so many leaves nearly notes.
Actually, I think I deserve it.
Right, what have you done there? Tied your laces.
Rigardi, Mum Petal.
Who's done that?
Me, I did. Borrowed them off a mate who works for the council. It's off their Christmas tree, so they won't miss them till next Christmas. Hang on, you ain't seen nothing yet. Hey, do you mind turning down the undead? I want quiet for this.
Hey, the great love.
Fantastic. We're gonna catch a cats to have a play.
Yeehaw! Viva España! Hang on then, darling. Let me... Oh, you got my finger. That's it. Look, you see, and when it came light, Little Rabbit was turned into a stone rabbit. It was. Because it could only be a live rabbit during night when everything were magic. Do you want to read it? Well, it's just as well then, because otherwise it could end up in a rabbit pie, couldn't it? Eh? Don't you like that story? Hello. Why have you gone on?
I failed, didn't I? I not only failed, I failed miserably. In fact, the only thing I did right was open and shut the flipping car door.
You say that again?
And you can keep quiet.
Oh, never mind, love. You pass next time. Same as clever clogs in they did.
I failed on reversing into a limited opening. Well, I knew I'd do that. Exercising proper care and the use of speed. What does that mean?
You rolled the speed limit, would you believe? She clogs on at 40 in a test.
And I didn't take appropriate action at pedestrian crossings.
I've noticed that about women drivers. They never stop at zebra crossings, especially when there's other women on them. Dead arrogant they are. Or is it they're scared to stop in case they can't start up again?
You're not fooling me, you know. Not for 1 minute. I mean, you might not be exactly in love with women drivers, but it's me you don't want to drive, isn't it? And we both know why, don't we?
Hey, hold on. Come on, it's only a driving test when all's said and done.
Hey, ready, Mum? Gotta get back to the garage.
Give us a chance, Brian.
I'll see you in the van.
I've heard women at work telling about rows they've had with their husbands over driving. You won't get me at the back of a steering column. Anyway, I'm off, Nicky. Ta-ra, love. Gail? Gail? It is about driving, isn't it? Row. I mean, there's nothing else, is there, love?
No, of course not.
Oh, that's good.
Damn!
What would you like to drink, love? We've got some Cuba Libre and we've got some lager.
Well, maybe we could have some of this wine we brought, Vera.
Of course you can, love. We're not taking any bottles to open them off licence, are we, Jack?
What did you say the regional influence was? Basque or Catalan?
Well, I know where she got that blouse. Red beans on the market.
We said we wouldn't be catty.
So we did.
Hello.
Hi.
Have you seen?
No, sausage rolls look as if they've been dug up.
How we got two glasses alike?
No, not in wine glasses, love. You'll have to pinch me pears in future.
I'll have to buy some new ones. It's about time we had some decent stuff.
Hey, our Terry, do us a favour. Change their tape, will you, kid?
You what?
Change their tape. Give us a golden all this. Strangers in the night.
Well, you're not going to start singing already, are you?
Well, somebody's got to get this party going, haven't they? Hang on a minute. That'll be the belly dancers I ordered. You're too late. The police have just raided us.
Oh, good. I'm only stopping a minute, Jack.
Henry. Hey, well, you'll miss the orgy. Don't you live next door but one?
Oh, yeah.
We're not too early, are we?
No, yet. Come on in. Hey, it's Spanish night. Only. Right, folks. What would you like to do?
A beer.
I'll have a glass of wine if you have it, please.
That's fine, as long as you don't mind it's in pint pots.
Just what I expected.
Hey?
Tatty. Just look at that daft bar. It's like something off a fairground.
Well, it's supposed to be Spanish.
Oh, I know what it's supposed to be, Stan. And a pop dog's supposed to be a dog, isn't it? But it doesn't bark.
She's a gate crasher. She wasn't even invited.
How the flaming hell was I to know? I didn't know he had a blacklist.
Did they bring her back up?
No.
Right, that's it. They're not stopping.
Now listen, Fiona. This is a party, not a football match, and we don't want no fighting, right? Yeah. It's all about making
Right. Did you get it finished?
Yeah, after a struggle.
Nicky's still awake if you want to go up and see him.
Yeah, in a sec.
Do you want for your supper?
A bowl of cornflakes will do.
I'm sorry about this after. I was only upset because I failed my test.
Aye. My cracks about women drivers didn't help either.
No, they didn't. Anyway, like your mum says, I can take it again, can't I? I might even get another cancellation. So you can hang on for a couple of weeks, can't you? Just till I get mobile.
Gail, can't you get into your head, love? I've had it with the garage. I'm working like a dog, I'm earning no money, it's flaming demoralising.
It's only for a couple of weeks.
I'm gonna hang on as long as it takes me to sell it.
Yes, but you won't have to
But it shouldn't be too long because I put it in the paper.
I mean, you've advertised it.
That's right. It's in tonight. The paper's in my jacket pocket.
I nearly didn't come, for I couldn't resist sound of music. Is that what it is? I'm afraid it's driving me home. Well, I'm surprised you're here at all. I thought it might be rather fun. I was wrong. It's just very noisy.
Oh, she seems to be enjoying herself. Where's Ken?
He's not here.
I
I'm afraid she's being pursued relentlessly.
Didn't I ever told you you've got a very alive body?
Doesn't everybody who's not dead?
He's another gate crasher and all that, Don Watkins. He won't let me in his flaming club that night, would he?
Listen, love, he brought a crate of ale. He can move in for me.
And look at them two sat there supping. She should have sent him out for a bottle.
You know, you've got a very unfriendly nature, you. Me, I'm everybody's friend.
No, I don't.
Hey, Fred.
Hey, that's enough.
Well, they said bring a bottle, but nobody said how about handing it over. You know, Rita, you're different to the rest of the women in there.
Really?
Yeah, well, you've got class, you know.
Right, darling. I know you've been on pins waiting for me to ask you to dance. Come on.
Oh, right.
Would you mind not holding me so tight?
Is it my fault if you're magnetic?
Can I have another beer?
No, you can't.
Well, you got some, haven't you?
Not for you, no.
I thought it was a party.
A bottle party, and you didn't bring one, did you? Not only that, you weren't invited, so off it.
What's going on?
She won't give me a drink.
Why not? Why won't you give him a drink? First party I've ever been to where the booze is rationed.
Well, we're going on now, aren't we? Ways knocking them back. You're not doing so bad yourself, either, to say you're a gate crasher.
I'm sorry, I didn't realise you'd sent out printed invitations. I thought this was the way you always carried on here. Lots of racket and vulgarity. Come on, Stan. We'll just catch the last 10 minutes at the Rovers.
Yeah.
Well, you have to pay for your booze there, won't you?
I can.
Hey, look, why don't we disappear? It's my night off, and I'm as free as a bird.
Sorry, I'm a home bird, actually. Thank you.
Hey, look, I know a great place in Manchester. I mean, look, there'll be nobody there if that's what you're worried about.
Look, I'm sorry.
Look, I've just been watching you two.
Oh?
Yeah, you don't seem to be dancing too well together, so you watch us, chum.
Look, Mike, I know you meant well, but I can't actually handle blokes like that, you know.
Just checking. No ulterior motive.
No point.
I know.
Quiet, man.
Hey, I got rid of Oggies.
Is that right?
What are you doing? It's not a tango. Well, I don't care now. Not very elegant, but very colourful.
I said I would be happy.
Have you tried eating them big sausages on them little sticks?
Impossible.
I don't suppose Vera's ever heard of cocktail sausages.
I doubt it.
I'm telling you, I were in the Paris.
I were in the palace, weren't I? I were in Korea, no.
Yeah, tell me another.
I'll tell you something else, it was rough. Were you in the Falklands?
No.
Why not?
Well, I didn't finish the course.
No, I know. Scared, weren't you, when you got up there? I've seen them, the gibbers.
Hey, yeah, I bet the ice you've been's on a pair of step ladders,
Keep
mate.
over, will you? Have a free fall in me.
Prove it.
Huh?
I said prove it.
What, you mean you've got a parachute in your wardrobe or something?
Come on, mate, this won't take a minute.
Go on, then.
Hey, come on, love, dance with me.
Right, go on.
All right.
If you've been in the Paris, mate, this is easy.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, in the dark.
Fred?
It's always the same when you're waiting for someone. Postman's always late. Hey, when you finish stuffing yourself, you can get that table sided.
Yeah.
Do you hear me? I said you can side that table, wash the pots, dry 'em and put 'em away.
Why's it got to be me?
Because I've been working, won't I? Toiling and drudging at the Rovers.
Why not you instead of standing there going on at me?
I'm only still stood here because I'm waiting for the post. Because that solicitor told me my money's in the post. Now, them were his very words.
I would say that, wouldn't he? People do say it. We say it.
What are you talking about?
When you owe people money and they're pressing you for it, you say, it's in the post.
Oh, he's a solicitor, Stan. He's not like us.
Oh, he's crafted that one, I'll tell you. I'll believe you're getting that money only when it's here. Is it there?
No.
Well, I'll tell you.
Electric bill in your pool's coupon.
Oh, what then?
All right. Don't suppose you want the electric bill, though, do you?
No.
Oh, no. Well, happen it'll come second post, me inheritance money. I'll get off to work. And think on. When I get back, I want to see them pots washed and dried and put away. And if they're not, you'll not get a smell of my inheritance. Not a whiff.
Come on, Nicky. If you eat this, it'll make him a nice, big, strong lad. It will. OK, suit yourself. Well, I best be getting off. You're not speaking this morning, then?
I just think you might have consulted me, that's all, before selling the garage. I mean, it's a big decision and it affects me. I think we should have talked about it.
We did talk about it, and I've told you I've had enough.
You didn't tell me you were putting it in the paper, advertising it. And there's me doing my best to pass my driving test so I can help you out.
It wouldn't have made much difference, Gail, even if you'd have passed.
Well, I think it would. And anyway, even if you sell the garage, what then? I mean, you're not just getting rid of a business, Brian. It's your job.
I'm a good mechanic. A good mechanic can always get work.
Well, I'm not so sure about that. And anyway, you're not going to like working for somebody else again.
You think I'm my own boss, don't you? You'll be nearer the truth if you said I was my own slave. Because I'll get it. Hello? I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch your name. Mr. Lawton, right? Yeah. Anytime. Yeah, anytime this morning's fine. OK, Mr. Lawton, I'll expect you when I see you. It's all right.
Oh, hey, mind me mopping.
I'm not Mary Poppins, you know, Hilda. I can't get from hither to yon without my feet touching the ground.
It should have been cleared up last night, all this mess.
Don't tell me, tell Fred G. I'm just saying, Mrs. Walker, all these glasses and so on, Fred should have shifted them last night.
I know, dear, it's most aggravating.
It was definitely his turn.
I know, but I blame myself. Now, it was a rather quiet night, and Fred asked if he could have a half an hour off to slip round to the Duckworth's housewarming.
I saw him. He was shifting drink like he was only going to be there 2 minutes, never mind half an hour.
Well, he promised faithfully he'd be back for closing time and for clearing everything up.
And the Lion-Hound never come back?
No, he did come back, but long after closing time and in a disgraceful condition.
Kay lied.
He'd certainly been drinking. His clothes were wet and filthy, and all I could get out of him was some garbled tale about falling off a wall.
A wall? What was he doing on a wall?
That bit was a question I preferred not to ask him.
Phew, well, I'm not surprised. I could see straight off it was going to be a rough sort of do. I mean, I dare say she does her best, that Vera Duckworth. But seeing as she's dead ignorant, her best's not very good. No, me and Stan left early.
Oh, hey up, the invisible man showed himself at last.
Throbbing all over me. A normal bloke would have ended up in hospital. I fell off a backyard wall last night.
What the hell were you trying to do? Peep into Elsie Tanner's bathroom window? You should have borrowed Oggy's ladder. That's what everybody else does.
Oh, give over, will you?
Well, you must have had a reason for climbing onto that wall, for you to have fallen off it. Come to think of it, you do have a look of Humpty Dumpty about you. Sort of egg-shaped and not a lot of hair. Yes, it's Humpty Dumpty.
Fred, it is time you sorted in the cellar.
I pulled something as well last night.
Oh, novelty for you, that, pulling something at a party.
I mean, pull a muscle, don't I? Out of that, a torn a ligament or something. It was this young Terry Duckworth, Mrs. Walker. You know, he tried to get in the pad as well. He challenged me, didn't he, to jump off somebody's backyard wall.
He's only a kid, that Terry.
So's Fred.
Well, I was there, poised to jump in a proper trained manner, Mrs. Walker, and I sort of, well, I tippletailed, you know. I mean, I would have ended up in hospital if I hadn't have fallen on that dustbin.
Best place for you.
Oh, you're hard, you are, Lynch. Hey, I shouldn't be here, me. I should be in hospital. I should be on my back.
Fred, the cellar.
Yes, Mrs. Walker.
They always were stubborn. I told you that when you married him.
Well, it takes one to know one, Uncle Albert.
I mean, packing in a job like he had. Principle or no principle, he won't be happy in the dole queue.
I thought my ears were burning as I came down the street.
Hello, Lo. What are you doing here? They let you finish early on your last day?
Deirdre, on the day of judgment itself, Weatherfield Town Hall will still be working regulation hours. Now, I had to come back to the centre, so I thought I'd pop in.
Right. Well, I'm off. I'm going to British Legion.
All right, look.
All right,
See you
cheerio
later
then.
on. He was just talking about dole queues. Is that what you'll have to do, sign on?
Well, I shall be joining the Professional and Executive Register. It's the Dole by a posher title, a Rose by another name.
Do you fancy a coffee?
Yeah, I would.
What are your chances, do you reckon?
Of getting something? Well, I honestly don't know, love, but I'm doing my best to find out.
You know, I've been thinking, and I'm sure Alf would take me on full-time instead of just part-time.
No.
I don't mind.
No, I know you don't mind, and you're a marvel, and I appreciate it, but there's no need. I'll find something. I've got a feeling rather like Mr. Micawber.
Who's he?
A chap out of Dickens, always confident that something would turn up.
And was he right?
Ah, well, now you mention it, no, he wasn't most of the time. Anyway, I thought, well, I'm looking. I thought I'd see if Pam Mitchell can do something.
Oh, I should have thought she'd done enough. I mean, if it hadn't been for her and her blasted paper, you'd still have a job.
The recorder's role in all this was just incidental. I'd still have felt exactly the way I did about what the department was doing.
Yeah, maybe, but it was sounding off about it in the paper that cost you your job. I mean, if you protested about it in private to your heart's content, you'd still be there.
Well, a protest that nobody knows about seems pretty pointless to me. Must just make a call. Anyway, there's no point in blaming Pam Mitchell or anybody else for the results of my decisions. Oh, hello. Could I speak to Pam Mitchell, please? Yes, well, could I leave a message? Would you tell her that Ken Barlow wants to get hold of her?
Hello?
Yeah? Mr. Tilsley about?
Yeah, that's me. Brian Tilsley.
Oh, sorry, I'm Dennis Lawton. I spoke to you on the phone this morning.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just expected somebody a lot older. I'm glad to meet you. Sorry. Well, this is it.
Yeah. How's business?
Oh, it's pretty good. Got all the work I can handle.
How come you're selling?
Well, it's not because I'm short of work. Have a look at the job sheets.
Have you got a bigger place lined up?
Well, I can't talk about it. You know how it is.
Well, I can't say I do, really. I'm just starting, you see. This be my first place. You've got to start small, haven't you?
That's right. Well, have a look round. You can see the setup. All the gear's in good nick. Most of it's quite new, and it's not in a bad position.
Yeah. I'm like you, I suppose. I've always wanted my own place. I've been working for Thompson's on Broughton Lane ever since I left school. But I've always wanted my own business.
Yeah?
Well, no good working for somebody else all your life, is it? You've got to set your sights on something, haven't you?
Sure.
What are you having, Cadet?
I'll have a light ale, beer, please.
Right, 2 light ales quick, love. Hates medicine. You know, I felt like death all morning. Hangovers, eh? Serves you right for having wild parties.
What sort of sewing have you been turned out for us this morning, then, Vida?
Eh? Oh, take no notice of me, Mr. Baldwin. When you've been at it as long as I have, you can work them machines in your sleep.
Yeah, I've checked to work a lot. I thought that's what caused it.
Ha-ha! Aren't you witty, old Londoners, eh? Dead quick. Still, it were a good night, you know. You enjoyed yourself.
I've been to worse thrashes, yeah.
Hey, listen, it were a good do. Mind you, Ivy, I thought you were very quiet.
Yes, well, I'm not much up to partying these days, Vera.
Hey, Duffy, I've got a bone to pick with you. See that? I did that at your party.
And what else did you do at our party, eh?
What do you mean?
Well, there were a very funny stain on my best rug, you know. Can you account for your movements?
Oh, give over. That lad of yours, that terrier, he wants to lock it up, he does. Where was he when I fell off that backyard walk? Where was he, eh? It's scarpered, and he'd take off, and he could have left me there for dead for all he cared.
No such luck. Anyway, you should have more sense than having half Terry jumping off back walls at middle at night.
Give over, it was his idea, not mine.
That's no excuse. You're old enough to be his father, you know. Not that I fancied giving you a chance.
Don't worry, I wouldn't have offered.
And another thing, I had a big dent in my dustbin, you know.
Oh, give over.
So, you were at Vera's party, were you? Slumming?
You know me, I'm a man of the people. Equally at home in mansion or cottage, palace or pigsty.
Quick half-breed, Fred.
Hey, you missed a right good do last night, Ken.
Oh, we housewarming? Yes,
Yeah.
I'm sorry I couldn't get there. I'd arranged to see an old friend, pick his brains on the prospects of paid employment.
Not good, I'd say, Kenneth. Unless your friend's in high places.
Anyway, your Deirdre enjoyed herself. All right. It does a girl good, you know, to have fellas scratching over her. That Don Watkins, they were chatting her up like mad.
Oh, the man has good taste, at least.
Well, Mike Baldwin's trying to cut in, you know, but she were in great demand.
Good morning, Mrs. Tilsley.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was miles away then, Mrs. Walker.
If you don't mind my asking, dear, how is Mr. Tilsley?
Oh, it's much the same, not much change.
Well, next time you go, do give him my kind regards.
Yes, I will, thank you.
He must be pleased that Brian's doing so well. I presume he's selling to move to larger premises.
How do you mean?
Well, when I saw in last night's Gazette that the garage was for sale, I said to myself, young Brian Tilsley is moving onward and upward.
Brian's not selling garage, Mrs. Walker?
Oh, yes, dear. The advert was in the paper. There's no mistake, I assure you.
About time, too. I'm very starving.
Oh, there was a shocking queue at Jackson's. Had to wait 20 minutes and then they ran out of chips. Had to stand there while they did some more.
Got to get there early, Mr. Rush.
Get there early? What after I've been slaving at the Rovers and toiling away at my Baldwins? Do I look like Wonder Woman?
Do you want to stay down, sir?
Don't you dare. Any road, if you doubt about you go for the fish and chips.
What's the good? I don't know what time they're coming in, do I?
Oh, don't come it. If you'd gone for them, you'd have to pay for them, wouldn't you? You're dead crafty where your belly's concerned.
We got too many chips there. I'll share them with you.
I'll have my fair share, thank you very much. Here, is that a letter?
Aye. Come lunchtime.
It's here. It's come. Why the hell didn't you tell me?
I forgot, didn't I?
Oh, you forget everything when there's grub around you. Oh, Stan. Oh, I've never seen anything like it. Pay Mrs. H. Ogden £1,583 only. Oh, I've never seen a cheque for that much money in my life. Never seen many cheques at all, come to think of it. Do you know we must be the only people in this street who haven't got a bank account?
Never needed one.
Oh, you've never earned enough to have one.
You've never gone short.
Oh, aye, and if I haven't, who's it down to, eh? Me. Here, why do they put that only at the end? £1,583 only.
Well, it's their way of telling you it's not much. It's only a drop to them.
Ooh, by heck, it's a lot to me.
Are you sure you can eat all those chips?
Stanley, this is a big moment in my life. There have been other big moments that you've done your best to make a muck of, but I don't want you making a muck of this one. So don't start mithering me about chips.
I never asked you if you enjoyed the Duckworth party last night.
Not a lot.
Oh? Vera Duckworth thinks she had a wonderful time.
Oh, well, she would. I mean, she'd have enjoyed being chatted up. You know that disco manager, that Don, what's his name? He had a right try, you know. He was a real pest. He's the sort of bloke who won't take no for an answer because he doesn't think a woman really means no when she says it.
Well, I hope you managed to convince him.
Oh, I had help. You know, guess who came to my rescue?
Yes, I would, as a matter of fact.
Oh, you've heard then?
It was on the midday jungle drums.
You see? Even Baldwin has his uses.
debatable.
I'll go. You finish your dinner. Oh, hello. Ken phoned. Yeah, come on. Ken?
Oh, hello, Pam.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're in the middle of lunch.
That's right, just finished. Thanks for coming round. You got the message, I take it.
Well, only that you rang and wanted a word, and I had to come down this way, so...
Like a coffee?
Mm. So, what's new?
You mean you've not heard? You with your finger on the pulse and your ear to the ground?
Heard what?
You've lost your mole in the Weatherfield White House.
As of 5:30 today, I'm no longer working for the council. They weren't very happy about the recorder's articles on youth club closures.
You don't mean they've sacked you?
As good as.
I could have stayed on if I promised to be a good little boy and keep my mouth shut in the future, whatever they were doing or not doing. They wanted guarantees I didn't feel I could give.
You've resigned?
No, I haven't resigned, haven't been sacked, half and half. It's what's known as voluntary redundancy.
Well, you said that youth club story would stir things up a bit.
It's done that all right.
Hey, do you know what that is? No. You do? It's a donkey, isn't it? Do you know what that one is then? Get yourself. What's that one? Oh, your granny come to have a look at you. Hello, Ivy.
Is our Brian here?
Oh, no, he's working. He hardly ever comes home for his dinner now. He's not got time. He's at the garage.
He's not, you know. I've just been round there.
Oh, well, he must be out somewhere. Probably on a breakdown. Is anything wrong?
Yes. I get round to the garage and there's a big for sale sign up. Well, I couldn't believe it, Gail. I mean, I'm in Rovers earlier on and Annie Walker walks up to me and says, "You're Brian's selling garage." Well, I was dropped on. Madge, I felt sure she'd got it wrong.
No, he's selling it. He's put an advert in the paper.
Well, is he wanting bigger premises then, like Mrs. Walker said?
No, he's not. He just wants to get out of the business.
Oh. Well, I think you're being very short-sighted, I do, really.
Me?
Gail, I know he puts long hours in, love, but he has to. He's trying to build something up.
Now, just a minute, Ivy. You seem to think this is my idea, but you've got it wrong. It's his idea, not mine.
Well, excuse me, Gail, but I know my Brian. He's worked every hour God sends making a go of that place. He'll not be wanting to sell it. He'll be doing it because he thinks that's what you want him to do. Like I said, I can understand you wanting him at home a bit more,
Now,
but...
look here, Ivy. I may have had a grumble at him from time to time. Well, all right, I have. But not that much. And if you think I'm behind him selling up, you're dead wrong.
He needs support, Gail. Things have got to be right at home, love.
Now, look here, Ivy. If you won't take my word for it, ask Brian. I know you think he can't do any wrong, but I'm the one that's all for soldiering on, and he's the one that wants to give it up. In my opinion, he'd be crazy. It's him you want to have a go at, not me.
Well, to be quite frank, I don't know what I'm going to be doing. I wish I did.
Yeah, that goes for me too, as you might guess.
Well, I wish you luck, Ken.
Oh, incidentally, I was wondering if the recorder might like a few articles from me. Yeah, I mean, on top of the agony column. Well, I know there won't be much money in it, but it will be useful till I got something permanent.
I'm sorry, Ken. I can't help you there. Well, I'd like to help, really, but I don't think there's anything I can do. And like you say, money-wise, it wouldn't be worth much anyway.
Except that when you've got nothing coming in, a little bit's better than nothing at all.
Well, I must get back to the office. Thanks very much for the coffee. And like I say, I wish you the best of luck.
Thanks.
Oh, he's going to need more than luck. Well, they say it's at times like this you find out who your friends are.
Would you give Stan a pint, please? And I'll have a glass of port.
Port? Have you been winning at the bingo, Hilda?
Oh, no, me inheritance. I think I mentioned it to you. Come through today.
Bayek, I wish I'd your luck, Oggy. What's it like living with an heiress? What's it like living with the Christina Onassis of Coronation Street?
Oh, shut up.
I take it then that you, for one, will not be letting wealth change you at all.
It'll be drinks all round with it then, Hilda.
Well, it's Eccles like.
Well, it's marvellous, isn't it? You come into 10,000 quid and can't even buy a flipping round.
10,000? It's 1,500.
Here, shut up, you great sector. Blarting us private business all over the place.
Well, I wouldn't turn my nose up at 1,500 quid. I'll tell you, Hilda. I wish you luck with it, love.
Oh, thanks very much. You have a drink, and
Oh, thank you kindly, love. I will.
Well, what about me, Hilda?
Well, that didn't bother me, did she? Oh, go on, you can have half.
Hey, don't spend your money as soon as you get it. it.
It's my money, Stan. Any roll, that's the finish. Unless you'd like to have a drink, Mr. Baldwin.
Ah, that's all right, Earl. You keep your money. You'll need it for when you start getting those begging letters.
Oh, I've had one or two of them already.
Cheers, Hilda. Oh, Hilda's in the money. Her inheritance has come through today.
Well, I'm very pleased for you, Mrs. Ogden.
I still think it's a bit mingy halves. If I'd have come into 1,500 quid, I'd be buying shorts all round.
Give over, Mum. Mrs. Walker, I was wondering, with you having a bank account and that, if you would cash the cheque for me.
Mrs. Ogden, I have an agreement with the bank. They do not sell beer, and I do not cash cheques.
Be too much for her, I dare say. Mr. Baldwin.
Hello.
Would you mind cashing the cheque in for me? Only I haven't got a bank book, you see.
Let's have a look. Well, I couldn't do it out of petty cash, Hilda.
I always thought you carried at least 1,500 in your back pocket.
But I've been going to the bank for the cash and I just haven't got the time. No, the best thing to do is to go to the bank and open your own bank account. I'm surprised you haven't got one already.
You've got no money.
Well, you have now.
Oh, well, it's theirs. Keep telling you that.
Well, the best thing to do is to go to the bank where the cheque's drawn on. Oh, it's only round the corner. If you look sharp, I mean, you could start your own bank account today.
Will I have a chequebook and all?
Yeah. You'd probably get one of those cash cards as well. And if you needed any money, even in the middle of the night, you could go to one of those machines over in the wall. You get your own secret number. No one would know it. Not even Stan.
Especially Stan's.
Do you know, I could cheerfully throttle Pam Mitchell.
Yeah, so you're giving her some looks. Why take it out on her?
Well, it was her and her paper that got you into this mess, wasn't it?
No. You seem to think she was using me. The truth is, I was trying to use her, or rather a paper.
Oh, you're so clinical, you.
Yeah, because there's no point in getting emotional.
Well, it's an emotional thing, isn't it? Losing your job. That redundancy money won't last forever.
I'll get something.
Yeah, there's a lot thought that and found otherwise.
Well, it'll not help if you two fall out.
I know, Uncle Albert. I'm just worried, that's all. What with the mortgage to pay and food and everything else for us lot.
Well, you're now going to drop a bit of money in bank. We shan't starve. And you needn't worry about that mortgage.
Thanks for the offer, Uncle Albert, but we're not batting on you.
You're a little love on the quiet, aren't you?
Argue. Oh.
I've got it. Bank account and a chequebook. Look, see, chequebook for use on the account of...
Mrs. H. Ogden.
Yeah.
I bet my name's on there.
Oh, well, it is my inheritance, Stan. Archie was my brother, you know.
Oh, well, I'm your husband, aren't I? For better or worse, for richer or poorer, remember?
When's it ever been better and richer? It's always been worser and poorer.
Look, if I come up on the polls, you'll get your share.
Listen, ever since that cheque come, you've been hinting that I don't do right by you. Well, I'm going to treat you.
Are you?
Yes, I am. Now then, what kind of a treat would you fancy by way of a celebration?
Day at a dog park, a bet on each race, few jars in the bar. No. The dogs. White City.
Yes, well, it'll be something quite like that.
Dogs.
No, Stan, we're not going to the dogs. We're going to have a very nice evening out at a place what Dr. and Mrs. Lowther go to a lot. I've heard them mention it. A restaurant.
Oh, blimey.
Oh, they have this cuisine food. And the bank manager was ever so nice. He let me draw some money out.
How much?
Never you mind, but enough for dining out in style.
Don't fancy it, you know. The food will be all mucked about with these herbs and things.
Oh, it's already booked. I rung up from a kiosk. We're going to have the best of everything.
I'd rather go down Chippy.
Stan, just get one thing straight. We're going. And you're going to enjoy yourself, whether you like it or not.
There, next to the plaster.
Bump? I've seen bigger goose pimples.
Oh, you wouldn't say that if you had it, I'm telling you.
Now, don't go on at me, Fred. It's you that goes round getting K-line and falling off backyard walls.
I don't understand what he was doing there in the first place.
It weren't my idea, Mrs. Walker. I mean, I was at the party, all right, then we went outside.
We know, Fred, we know. You were led astray by a callow youth.
It was that Terry, weren't it? It was a day. He's a barn pot, is that Terry? I mean, on about the paratroopers and all the...
He's a Duckworth. What do you expect, a genius?
Well, I think this subject is now closed. Fred, do you think that your head would allow you to go down into the cellar and bring up a crate of slimline tonics?
Yes, Mrs. Walker. It still hurts, you know.
Oh, why are men so marred?
They're all the same. I was in the shop the other day, and old Mrs. Marshall comes in from Cooper Street. Now, you know what she's like? Riddled with arthritis. Before she can open her mouth, Alf starts going on about this rheumatic twinge he gets in his knee every time we have a hailstorm. Hey, you poor thing, she says. And there she is, bent double, and he's as fit as a flea. I wouldn't mind, but the bigger they are, the harder they get.
Of course, there is an established fact that women have a higher threshold of pain.
Yes, but some of us need it, though, don't we?
We do. Are we finished, Mrs. Ogden?
Yes, all ship-shape and Bristol fashion.
Make way for the walking wounded.
It's all right, you laughing. I've done something nasty to my shoulder as well, you know.
Nature beat you to it, Fred. She did something nasty to the lot of you.
Oh, wait, Mrs. Walker, could I mention something?
I don't see how I can stop you, Mrs. Ogden.
No, well, it's something and nothing, really. I was just wondering if it might be more convenient to have my wages paid into my bank account in future. Manager's given me a note of the number.
It might be convenient to pay you by cheque.
Oh, yes, well, that'll be fine. They do say the day's coming when we shan't have any cash in us pockets at all.
Now, that day come years back, Hilda, and don't crack on it, didn't we, you, neither?
Oh, no, I don't mind admitting we've had us rough times, but fortunes change, you know. Matter of fact, me and Stan are out celebrating us windfall tonight.
Really?
Yeah, we're going to treat ourselves to a slap-up meal in Manchester, a very posh restaurant that Mrs. Lowther recommended.
We might have known.
You can see her turning green, can't you?
Here, take that with you. They might not have any at that place. Where you going?
What do I want that for?
For your Stan, so he can put it on his pie and chips. You want him to enjoy himself, don't you?
You're going a funny colour and all.
If you're looking for jobs for mechanics, there aren't any, because I've already looked. So go on, sell the garage, join the dole queues, turn yourself into the great unemployed.
From Malone. He buys a place, I can work for him.
And you'd do that, would you? Be a skivvy in the place you once owned?
Look, just give it a rest, will you? I know what I'm doing. It's all right being the boss and taking all the profits, as long as there are profits to take out.
There will be.
Look, I've told you, just leave it, will you? Have a bit of faith in me for once in a while.
Brian, it's because I've got faith in you that I want you to keep the garage. You're just not giving it chance. It's you that's not got faith in yourself.
Oh, nag, flaming nag. You're getting as bad as me mother. Her on last night, you the stinner. Hey, take a tip from me, mate. Emigrate and stay single.
Where are you going?
I'm going to wash my hands, unless you want to come and wash them for me.
Here's a kiss before you go, love. And no more arguing with Mrs. Epworth.
I wasn't arguing.
Yes, see, there you go again. Go on, off you go.
Come on now. I've got to go to the library.
Can you get me a book?
Well, if you tell me what you want. Oh,
Hello, Mr. Turtlock. Is Ken in?
No, but Deirdre, is you gone in?
Thanks. I hear Ken isn't in.
No, he's at the job centre, actually. Doesn't really seem the right place for him, but that's where he is.
I hope you're not blaming me.
I could make a case for it.
Yes, given a few ifs, I suppose you could. But he did resign on a matter of principle. It wasn't simply because he wrote that article for me or because he leaked the report.
Yeah, well, it's all water under the bridge now, isn't it? Can I give him a message?
Yes, I wanted to apologise for being so evasive yesterday about not giving him more work on the recorder. It wasn't finalised then, but today it is. I'm leaving. I've got a job on a Nottingham paper. So, in case I can't get back later, perhaps you'd say goodbye for me.
Yes, I will.
Thanks. Don't bother seeing me out. As a journalist, I'm used to finding my own way out.
Oh, hello, love. Listen, I know said I got the bank, but I'm stuck here. Have you got your checkbook with you? Well, look, there's a branch shop was at you. Maybe you can go over in the next 10 minutes. I can't, love. I'm stuck here. Look, Mr. Lawton's here. Oh, don't start that again. Look, just leave it to me, will you? And if you want some money, get over to the bank now. Yeah, usual time. Ta-ra. Sorry about that.
Don't mention it. I've got one at home myself. Can't wait for me to branch out. I get it breakfast, dinner and tea.
I never give up, do they?
Mine doesn't. Well then, what do you think?
It's a lot less than I expected.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, 2,000 quid's a heck of a drop.
Look, I'd like to meet your asking price, honestly, but it'd take all my capital and I don't want to go borrowing.
But all the gears included, you know. I mean, it's all in good nick, and I bought it all myself.
I'm not grumbling about that. But what I want to do is bring somebody else in rather than try and run it on my own. And you can't pay your workers on sick. So until I'm on my feet, you know.
Yeah, OK. Well, look, give me a couple of days, eh?
Yeah, right.
And I'll let you know if I have any other offers before I'll settle anything.
OK. You know where I am?
Yeah.
I reckon the wife's right. Nothing like working for yourself. I've had a belly full of bosses. So, where are you off to next?
I haven't decided yet.
Moving out of the area, are you? Something bigger?
Yeah, maybe.
That's what I aim to do. Keep on moving. Expanding. There's plenty of money to be made out there if you're prepared to work for it. I wish I had half the profit I made from my last boss.
Yeah, don't we all?
Right. Hope to hear from you.
Yeah. See ya.
Oh, haven't you done that yet?
Oh, I don't do these tipping things.
Oh, give it here.
Is it true what you say? This do is going to cost 30 quid.
Well, the best costs money, Stan, and this is the best.
We could go to the Chinese, you know, and the change would keep me in beer for a month.
Yes, certainly we could, Stan. Or we could go nowhere, and I could buy myself a new dress. Only we're not. We're going to treat ourselves to something special just for once. And if you spoil it for me, I shall pack my things, walk out, and you'll never see me again. So think on.
I thought you were getting a new bathroom suite and curtains and carpets and things.
Ah, well, that was before we heard about all them debts of our Archie's. Now we'll have to cut us cloth according to us purse. I'm having new carpet in here, though. Oh, aye. I'm having new carpet in here if it's the last thing I do. The rest can stop in the bank.
I was having a frame of snooker with Arthur Simmons last week.
All right.
He was telling me that him and his wife, like, you know, they have what they call a joint account. They can both throw out of it, you know. Have you heard of it?
Yes, I have, Stan. There's all sorts of accounts you can have. There's all sorts of husbands and all. There's them what earn good money and never tell their wives how much. Just give them a couple of quid and expect to be kept in luxury. Then there's them that never earn much worth talking about and send their wives out to work. And on the other hand, there's fellas like Arthur Simmons. Works hard for his brass and doesn't mind his wife sharing it with him. There's your shirt. Now, you just sit quiet for a minute or two, get your thinking cap on, and work out where you stand.
Right.
About time, too.
Cheeky sweep. I dropped all I'm doing to fix your fan belt. What do you expect me to do, Fred? Wave a flipping wand over it?
Come on, Brian. You know what the Duchess is like. It's 25 past flipping 5,
If you'd have
mate.
wanted it done earlier, you should have brought it in earlier.
How could I? Well, I had this bird in the car, didn't I? Hey, traffic warden, no less. I'd parked the car on a meter in Bolton Road and she's there just about to book me. So I went up and worded her. I promised her I'd take her for a spin if she put the pencil away. Well, naturally, she agreed, didn't she? Anyway, it was today. I just nicely got her home. The flipping fan belt went. Oh, I don't know. Had to chat her up then. Very handsome woman, though. One of these days she'll be kind to a motorist, eh?
The minute I can talk man to man with my son, I'm going to use you as an example.
You could do worse, mate.
You don't know what kind of an example.
You know your trouble, Ryan. You choked you. You choked because you're not like me, footloose and fancy-free. You can't whack it, sunshine.
I'll drink to that.
Hey, you and me, mate. Two of a kind, eh?
Two of a kind, me and him. If I thought that'd top myself.
And before you start, if you want some work doing now, you can forget it.
Now, take it easy, sir. Take it easy. I'm just making some inquiries. How do you feel like having a crack at tuning the jag up for
Yeah,
me?
no problem.
Know what you're doing?
Ring Sid Farmer up. I've tuned his demo for him.
No, I'll take your word for it. When do you want it then?
Tomorrow afternoon, about 3-ish.
Tomorrow afternoon. Yeah, that'll be all right. Here, what's all this for sale business?
Yeah, packing up, aren't I?
Well, why?
It's not working out. Grafting 10 or 12 hours a day just to keep the flaming bank happy.
Come on. It's a little lady, isn't it, they? Hankering after that first mink that didn't arrive, eh?
That's far from it. She's all for me staying put.
Oh, so it's you, then?
Yeah, it's me.
Oh, come on now. How long you been by yourself? 5 minutes? 10? Quarter of an hour?
Too flaming long.
Nah, don't you believe it, mate. Look, as it stands now, you're your own boss, right? You get rid of this. Get yourself a job, if you can. And you'll have some other so-and-so lording it all over you.
I'll be a damn sight better off.
Oh, don't you believe it, mate. No one likes their bosses. No one. I mean, look at those girls of mine over there. They hate the sight of me, and do you know why? Because they are envious. They think they should be the ones that are lording it. No one's different, you know. Everyone's the same. I mean, look at you. I bet you thought that about Ron Sykes, didn't you? Well, you know the answer, don't you? Be your own boss. Kick yourself about 24 hours of the day, but no one's going to give it to you. It's not going to suddenly drop in your lap. I mean, look at me. Do you think I suddenly woke up one morning and found I owned 2 factories, eh? One in the smoke and one up here. Not on your Nelly, mate. I started with 2 industrial sewing machines, right, in the back room with the help of 2 old widow ladies, right? 3 years after that, I was able to open my own factory in the next street. 2 years after that, I opened the one up here, and I'll tell you how. Every penny worth of profit that I earned, I put back into that business because that is the only thing that counts. Right, so when things go wrong, and they will, you sell anything you can get your hands on, mate. You can sell your house, your car, your furniture, your wife, even your kids if you have to. But you keep a grip on that business. Should have put that down on tape, shouldn't I? Made myself a fortune. Tomorrow at 3 then, eh? Yeah. Oh, and if you take my advice, I'll get rid of that sign. Get the sign writers in, put under new dynamic management. See ya.
Hello, hello. What have we here? Good evening, madam.
It's not Halloween, is it?
Now, Fred. Good evening, Mrs. Ogden. An aperitif?
Oh, well, it is the accepted thing, isn't it? Yes, I'll have a medium sherry, please.
And a Amontillado, please, Fred. And a pint of bitter.
Yeah, why not? Some folks can't be educated.
Amontillado? Where is it, this place you're going to then, old Dan?
Well, it's called La Parisienne. You won't have heard of it.
Of course I have. It's that Welt store back at London Station, Road Station.
Hey, you, let's see your wisecracks. Let's be having you.
Hey, well, don't forget to take your spoon with you, Stan, for your gravy. They don't give you one, you know, in these posh places.
How would you know? You've never been further than the UCP.
I've been to a lot of posher places than you, lady.
Will you come on? And think on, we're not calling anywhere for a drink after, all right?
Oh, why?
Because we're going to have Brian's, that's why.
Oh, crap.
Vera, there's a bit of trouble brewing, all right?
Oh, don't tell me it's another woman.
No, it is not another woman. Our Brian's not like that. It's just, well, he's working his fingers to bone and he's making them. So you know what these young wives are like? She thinks it's all his fault. Now, come on.
The last thing in the world I'm doing is blaming you, Brian. But you've worked so hard in that garage. You're the one who should benefit.
Yes, love.
Oh, can't you see? It's daft to work at something the way you have and then throw it all up just as it's about to make a profit.
Who says it's going to make a profit? I could be going on like this for the next 5 years. Only I'm not because I'm getting out.
Hello? Oh, hello. Yeah, he is. Hang on. Mike Baldwin for you. Pardon? Of course he hasn't. What are you talking about?
Yes, Mike. What time can you bring it in for, then? 3:30? Yeah, I should be okay. Listen, as long as you bring it in for that time, otherwise I won't be able to finish it. Yeah, okay, mate. I'll see you tomorrow, then. Bye.
What was he on about? He wanted to know if it's sold.
There's another one. All talk and nothing else. Sell your house, sell your wife and kids, but hang on to that business. And what have you got? Handful of flaming nothing.
He said that? Sell the house first?
Yeah. Wouldn't believe it, would you?
Bonsoir, monsieur, dame. Could you follow me?
Yes.
Good night, thank you.
Good night.
Good night, man.
Voilà, madame. Voilà. Monsieur.
It's a lovely place, Stan.
We should have stayed in that bar when we came in. We had a drink while we were waiting.
Oh, Mrs. Lather says you don't have to. It's quite permissive to go straight to your table. On your road. I don't want you K-lad before you get to your soup.
We're having soup, are we?
No, we're not having soup. I haven't come all this way just for soup. I mean your starter. And before you start shouting the odds, this is a once in a lifetime. You spoil it for me and I'll strangle you.
Good evening, sir. Madam, would you care for a drink while you decide?
Yes, thank you. I'll have an Amontillado.
Certainly, madam. And, sir?
Let's pay you any beer.
Oh, yes, sir. We have Draft bitter, mild, lager?
Oh, I'll have a bitter. Kind of bitter.
Please.
Please.
One pint of bitter on a Monterey. Thank you.
Hey, that's something, isn't it?
You just concentrate on what you're going to eat.
All
You're not
right.
on one of your pub crawls.
Yeah. Hey, it's all in Fallon.
Yeah, well, they are, aren't they? Any road there. Mrs. Lowther put me wise on one or two things. Now, Moonilla, that's there. That means it's cooked in butter. And Provençale, that means it's got garlic in it.
What's got garlic in?
Will you stop showing me up? I must say, it all looks very nice.
Well, I better be going. I'm glad I got the chance to say goodbye properly.
Yes, so am I. Well, I wish you luck then. As assistant editor, did you say?
Sounds marvellous, doesn't it? Actually, I'm very pleased. It's a genuine weekly, and I'll be doing far more straight journalism. No more selling space, thank goodness.
Sounds great.
We should all be so lucky. We should. Well, I hope everything goes well with you all. Bye. Oh, and if you really do want to know who's taking over from me, why not pop down and see Bob Statham? He's the owner, and so far he's the only one who knows.
I'll do that.
Bye.
You know, she doesn't give a toss.
Well, she's all right, Jack.
Yeah.
I can't make head and tail of this.
Well, look as though you can. Oh, that was another thing Mrs. Lowther said. Never be afraid to ask.
Are you ready to order, madame?
Oh, yes, thank you. Except, well, could you help me, please?
Certainly, madame.
What is that exactly?
Le bar de lignon croûte. Yes, madame, this is a sea bass filled with a prawn mousse and baked in a puff pastry casing. It is served with a tarragon and tomato sauce and a fondue of cucumber and tomatoes.
Fish, is it?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that sounds very nice. Yes, we'll have that, please. You like fish, don't you, Stanley?
Excellent. Le bar de lignon croûte for two. And to begin with, may I recommend au jambon melon with kiwi fruit and melon liqueur?
Oh, yes, that sounds lovely. For two, please.
Thank you. And vegetables with the main course, a bouquetière for two?
Yes, please. Thank you.
It's a pleasure, madam.
What did he say? Bucatera?
Just let them get on with it, Stan. They know what they're doing.
Good luck to them. I'm blowed if I do.
Ooh, spare ribs, eh? They're your favourites, aren't they, Brian?
Yeah, I'd say you get some for naughty enough at meat market. Yeah, brought a load home. She's had a share.
I said thank you.
I know you did. I'm only saying. Hey, should you getting rid of the garage?
Yeah, I think I've got to buy it too.
God, it only seems 5 minutes since they moved in.
Would you mind keeping your nose out, Vera? It's Pa Brian's decision. He does work.
And mine. I do some too.
That's right, love. You stick up for yourself. Husband and wife should have fair shares. Not unless they're married to our Jack, and they deserve a lot then.
Hey, they slipped up with your glass, haven't they?
Oh, it's not big, Stan. Just a bit of dried sugar around the rim. Not doing me no harm.
It should have been worse in the first place.
Well, maybe so, but it's not worth making a fuss about. They've all been very nice.
Would you care for more coffee, madame? Monsieur?
Oh, no, thank you. But we'll have the bill if you don't mind. Oh, and would you add 10% for service, please?
Thank you very much indeed, madame.
10%.
That's what Mrs. Lowther says is right and proper, so that's what we're going to have. Not blotting our copybooks now. We've made a very good impression.
So we should. We're as good as they are.
Well, our money is, anyway.
We are. Wouldn't swap you for any of that, but... What's up?
Nothing, Job. I can't see her at the next table letting him run round in his vest and underpants, can you?
Can't see him quite the chippy either.
Oh, it has been a lovely evening.
Yeah. I've enjoyed it. Thanks.
Ah, sure.
Don't you worry, Lynch. They'll be sitting there petrified, watching the waiters laughing the socks off at them.
Why should they, just because they laugh at you?
I'll give over and on my way around. Hey, and I don't eat my peas off my knife either. Hey up, get the bicarb out, here they come.
How was it? A night to remember, Mrs. Walker. Definitely a night to remember.
We had a wonderful night. Smashing pint of bitter. Better than that much. They slipped all over your glass though, didn't they?
How's that, Hilda?
Well, it was really pure glass. Hadn't been washed proper. They'd left some sugar round the rim. Still, they're only human and everything else was terrific.
What were you drinking?
Cream de menthe frappe. The wine waiter recommended it. It was very nice and all.
Yeah, but Hilda, you're supposed to...
Love.
No, you're
No, but now, I know, dear, that some establishments do frost the glass with sugar when serving a creme de menthe frappe.
Yes.
But don't spoil it for her, dear. Now, she thinks she caught them out, and that little flaw makes the whole evening perfect. So, let's be generous. I can't think that perfection figures very largely in Mrs. Ogden's life.
Bye, Eck. There's hope for you yet.
I like to think so.
Hey, I was listening to that.
Well, you can listen to me for a change. Go off to bed.
What for?
Because I want to talk to you.
Oh, can't you talk to me down here?
No, I can't. You're always walking away from me. So get off to bed. I know where you are then. Come on.
What's so flippin' important?
Well, you know that daft idea of Mike Baldwin's about keeping the business and selling the house?
Yeah, what about it?
Well, I've decided it's not such a daft idea. In fact, it's what we're going to do.
It's what?
It's what we're going to do. Now get up them stairs and keep quiet. You wait, Nicky.
Right, there's some nice goings on.
What's that?
Well, they must be showing something to print.
Get away with your bother. There'd be no print left on it by the time you finish reading all saucy bits.
I wouldn't take the paper at all, and there's no tells. Not the gem pan and usually up.
Oh, yeah? What was that full of? Hanky-panky down in the jungle? Blonde Zulu divorcee in love nest with witch doctor?
Right. Oh, that's the car had its Sunday wash. Now, hands up. Who was it wanted the bike doing? Ah, I knew somebody was twos up with a bucket and sponge. Come on, Lady Jane, I'll get you started.
Hey, do you mind not pinching all my kitchen stuff?
You know, it's not worth printing. It should be chucked back at fire.
Says he, sat there all morning, riveted.
Did Ken ring that chap?
What chap?
Well, the chap who's got that recorder thing. You know, what the job leads to.
No, not yet.
Oh. You know, why not?
Well, it's Sunday.
Well, Sunday or not, he wants to pull himself to hill, doesn't he? Sunday or no Sunday.
Come on, your lordship. Shift yourself. Am I reading all the scandal?
I'm reading the cricket scores.
Oh, yeah? Is that a picture of Ian Bolton, is it? Because if it is, he's got problems.
Keep your nose out, you.
I knew I should have hid them papers. Here's your dad, glued from Bossy Boots Junior.
Hey, you're talking about my silver-haired mother.
Listen, I'll be silver-haired before she is. Hey, but seriously, Brian, where she's taking sides.
Sides? What are we doing after dinner, then? Playing footer?
You know what I'm on about.
Yes, I can guess. I just hope you don't fetch it up.
I won't have to.
I mean, she's flaming amazing. I bump into Mike Baldwin. He gives me a bit of friendly advice. Sell the house and keep the garage. Hold on to your business no matter what. Mention it to me mother, she has a flaming fit.
Did I have a fit?
To be honest, I thought you'd go through the roof.
Still intact, isn't it?
OK. You saw the marriage, which I didn't expect. But all that does is confuse the issue my mum's dead against. You think it's the answer. I'm undecided.
Just think it's the lesser of two evils.
Yeah, well, I'm that way inclined myself. But we don't want to make a big song and dance about it, do we?
Oh, it needs thrashing out sooner rather than later.
Today, love. Sunday.
Brian, your mum's coming round. She knows what's in the wind.
Oh, I wish I'd never said that.
Yes, well, you did, and she'll be doing everything she can to make us keep this place, bar singing Home Sweet Home. So, we've got to have our facts and figures right. Otherwise, when she starts, and she will, we'll be like putty, the pair of us.
You mean I will?
Yeah, she'll come straight in here doing a steamroller act.
Look, don't worry, love. I'll make my own mind up.
You do understand the financial advantages, don't you? I mean, putting aside the sentiment and...
I don't know.
Well, let me spell it out.
You were spelling out till 3 o'clock this morning. I don't know whether you're trying to convince me or yourself.
The money we make on this place will go to pay off the bank loan. With no interest to pay, you'll be able to take on a mechanic. The extra work will mean extra turnover.
Oh, so flippin' complicated. The simple thing is, sell the business. I've got a buyer, he's got the brass.
You'd be selling it at a loss, Brian, for the sake of ready cash. I mean, that's doing a Jack Duckworth.
And what's wrong with that? So what, we've got a bit of ready cash. I get a job lined up, we buy a few things, we go on holiday.
Being short-sighted, Brian. It's not thinking long-term.
We've got to think of the day, love. You can't plan for tomorrow and not else. For instance, right? If we sell this place, where do we live?
We'll get a flat somewhere. We'll rent something.
Give up everything we've worked for. Go back to square one. Live in some grotty flat.
I'm prepared to do that, Brian, till we get the business back on its feet.
What about our Nicky?
I think he's too young to have an opinion. And anyway, what about this young lad, this Colin Lawton, that wants to buy off you? What if he succeeds where you failed?
Well, I'll say good luck to him.
No, I don't think you will. Not deep down. Look, if I can convince you...
At the end of the day, love, it's me I've got to convince. Now, all I ask is, look, just give it a rest for the day. Don't bring it up over dinner.
Yeah, all right. But if your mam starts sticking a twopenny thing, I'm not sitting there like Piffy. Oh...
Hey, have you seen that chamois leather that I had?
I think it's under the sink.
Oh. I thought I'd have a go at the back window. Oh, yeah, here it is. Do you want me to send the bike mechanic in? Her hands will need washing.
No, you can leave her for a few minutes.
All right, well, give us a shout when you're ready.
Ken, don't rush off, love. Can you come here a minute?
Oh, it's my turn to do the gravy, is it?
No, I just want to ask you a question. You know, say a month ago, when you had a job, say somebody had rung you up on a Sunday on business. You'd have at least been polite, wouldn't you?
To their face.
And say they'd asked to see you Monday morning. You probably said yes, wouldn't you?
Under that sort of pressure, probably.
Yeah, but they'd have been there on top of your list, sort of top priority touch.
Marked down as pushy, perhaps. You think I should ring Statham up, don't you?
Well, it couldn't do any harm.
Well, it might get me the reputation of being a pest.
But nobody knows the job's going yet, Ken. I mean, if you get in there first, make a good impression.
Be the early bird, eh?
You've used the word pushy as if it was a criticism, but I mean, if this bloke's got papers like the Recorder, might he not want somebody who's pushy?
Possibly.
Does that put you off?
No.
I mean, Pam Mitchell was pushy, wasn't she? In the nicest possible way.
Yeah, OK. I'll be pushy. I'll phone him. I did look up his home number, actually. Yeah, he probably won't be in. More likely to be out at golf or something.
He's not religious, is he?
Oh, yeah, having second thoughts already, are you? Oh, hello. Could I speak to Mr. Statham, please? Oh, what a pity. It's Mr. Barlow speaking. Sorry to ring you on a Sunday, but I did want to speak to Mr. Statham rather urgently. Well, it's about a job on the Recorder. I'm acquainted with Miss Mitchell, and she said she was leaving and there might be a vacancy. Oh. Oh, fine. Lovely. Right. Goodbye, and thanks. That was his wife. If I want to see him, it's okay.
What, tomorrow?
Today, any time before 3.
At his house?
At his office.
Oh.
Large Scotch, please.
Hello.
Oh, excuse me, Mr. Bowen.
Yeah?
That's a right daft idea you've been putting into our Brian's head, isn't it?
What idea is that?
Putting his house up for sale to save his garage.
Look, stick to the Bible classes.
Oh, now come on, Mr. Baldwin. He's not in the same boat as you, is he? And he's got a wife and kid, you know.
So tell him to write to Marjorie Proops.
Well, thank heavens he's got more sense than to take any notice.
Barbara.
I sometimes dream of going to, say, Manchester Airport and just getting the first flight out, totally blind, just going wherever it happens to be going.
How many of them shuras have you?
Well, this is the second.
Well, you're not to have any more. I don't want to be getting funny phone calls from Rio de Janeiro. Rita, will you please come and rescue?
Don't worry, if ever I do get to Rio de Janeiro, I shall stop there.
You ready, Mum?
Oh, guess so.
Hello, mate.
Hello, sunshine.
Now, listen, I've been thinking about that bit of advice you gave me.
Yeah, your mother was telling me.
I'm making a move, Brian.
Well, yeah, we're not in a rush, Mum. We'll have another.
No.
How about you, mate?
No, thanks, skip it. I might say something wrong.
What's up with him?
Been having a few words.
What about?
All them damn daft ideas he's been putting into your head, Brian.
Oh, Mother, they weren't that daft.
Hey, what you been doing to her, Yatesy? Where's that little smile we've all gone to love?
It's coming in here and seeing your fizz-o, Fred. You're even turning the ale sour.
Oh, get over.
Honest, where folk notice?
And how you feel, kid? Having to keep smiling. All them weddings that you have to do flowers for.
Not all weddings. I mean, we did 4 funerals last week.
Oh, here's another one with a face like a fiddle. Whose funeral do you go to? A Budgie's?
That's not very funny.
Come to book your taxi, look, for the airport.
Now, look, stop teasing me. I should get cross.
They don't do trips by jet to Rio on Sundays, maybe.
Tell you what, though, they run charas, don't they? Rio, Doubles, Bogato Club, Devil's Elbow. Never mind the airports and faraway places. Tell you what we'll do. We'll go down to Bus Depot and get on first country service that's leaving. Are you serious? Of course I'm serious. Just go and powder my nose and then we'll make a move. So unclench your little fist, get sucked up and be ready for a speedy departure.
I'm a dog.
Mr. Statham?
That's right, Mr. Barlow.
I phoned your wife. She said I might find you here.
Oh, yes, my wife. How is she? No. She rang, said you were coming along. That's how I knew you were. Sit down. I won't be ticked. Got the layout left on me plate. I rather thought your pal, Pam. Miss Mitchell, our departing genius, might have seen to it, but when Fleet Street beckons...
Oh, I thought it was Nottingham.
Yeah, well, that's just my sour grapes. Now, Pam rather lands me in it. Anyway, Mr. Barlow, what's your problem?
Well, as you probably know, I've been doing the odd article and lately the agony column, and I was...
Oh, making a good job. Bright stuff. Plenty of reader appeal. From what I've seen of it, anyway. Hello. Walter. Yeah, one minute. The fellow runs the Berry edition. Dragged him away from his golf. Thanks for ringing me back, Walt. And, sorry to pester you on a Sunday like, but I had a chat yesterday with a bloke who operates a big estate agency in your area. Yeah. Did a bit of the old promotion routine. Gave me circulation figures. Now, you dive in there tomorrow. I think you could land a full-page advert.
Hey, what your dad does like this, eh? Hey, Nicky, you going to carve meat or shall we let your dad do it?
Sprouts, Ivy.
Yes, please, love. Well, I say one thing, Gail. You've done us proud, love.
Roast potatoes?
Just a couple.
I don't want it one. I'm going
Buy
to
it,
take
Brian.
that one.
You'd have to be half witted to chuck this away, wouldn't you?
Back now. I want to
Oh, how did you get on?
Well, it's complicated.
Well, sit down first then before you tell us. On second thoughts, I'll get your dinner out. First of all, give us a kiss.
Are we alone then?
Yeah, they're down at the allotments. You said it was complicated.
I'm afraid so.
Wasted journey?
No, not exactly wasted, but not really fruitful either.
So you don't start on Monday, like?
No. The fact of the matter is that for the moment, he's running the paper himself.
Thought he had other papers?
Yes, he does, about 4, I think. But seemingly, he prefers to work with people, editors, that is, as partners rather than employees.
I see. He wants to marry you.
Not quite, no. But he's not looking for a journalist so much as a manager, you know, with a vested financial interest in making the paper succeed.
And you don't fit the bill?
Well, whether I fit the bill or not is immaterial. The simple fact is that on that basis, the job's no good to me. Is it?
I suppose not.
No regular wage, no security, no pension.
What about the agony column?
Oh, well, I'll have to give that up anyway. No, my priority now is looking for a job, isn't it? Not fooling around with something as peripheral as that.
So is it teaching, then?
I don't think so. Not sure I could teach now, you know. You'd rather get a post. You know, what's so darn frustrating about this is that I know I could do that recorder job. OK, operating from a commercial basis, selling advertising space and all the rest of it, but still serving a real need. I'm doing it without the cushion of grants and government funds.
And did you tell this to Statham?
Oh, no point. He doesn't want a crusader. All he wants, when you get down to it, is some mug with a few £1,000 to spare.
Saddled with 4 places. What's wrong with Saddle? You know very well what's wrong with it.
Looks fine to me.
think you've planned all this. I think it's all a plot.
How did I know where flipping bus we're going? We just hopped on and took potluck, didn't we?
Well, that's as maybe. But if you think I'm going anywhere near Victor's cottage, well, then you're dead wrong.
All right. Feel like that about it, we'll take next bus back.
Well, that's just silly.
If you're accusing me of setting this whole thing up...
All I'm saying is that you knew very well it was Saddleworth.
Cross my heart.
Oh, yes, you did. Because I heard the driver say to you, when I got out to get the chocolate from that machine, he said, yes, gorgeous, it's Saddleworth.
Did he call me gorgeous?
You know very well he did. And he leered at you. And he's been looking at you through the mirror all the way. How we got round some of them bends.
Well, I got at the foot of our stairs.
Oh, look, Rita, don't come the innocent. I've seen you crossing your legs and doing.
Hey, wholesome Harriet, ferreting out sins. You've been a bit crafty yourself. Never mind what I were doing. If you weren't driving, says Saddleworth, why did you get on?
Well, you got on first and I just followed.
And why did you follow? Because in your heart of hearts you want to see Victor. And now you've got butterflies.
Well, would you have butterflies? I mean, well, he meant a lot to me, did Victor. I know it's written, but can't just appear unannounced.
Come on, Miss Droopy Drawers. Faint heart never won an available fella. Now, which way is it?
It's just over the next bridge.
Cheeky devil.
And what sort of life is little Nicky going to have then? Cooped up in a flat. No garden, nowhere to play, no kids his own age.
We've not exactly got acres of land out the back, you know.
Gail, will you talk to him? Will you make him see sense? I mean, you can't be sat there feeling really happy.
I'm speechless.
Yes, I should hope so, and all of him in a bombshell like this dropped in your lap.
I just didn't think Brian was going to see it my way, that's all.
Your way?
Look, Mum, I've listened to Gail and I've listened to you.
You've listened to Mike Baldwin, that's who you flaming well listened to. And what does he know about family life, eh? I mean, he's not but a jumped-up barrow boy when it comes down to brass
Mike
tacks.
Baldwin knows what he's talking about. But finally, Mother, I've made my own mind up.
Mind? What mind, Brian? You want your head looking at?
Oh, for pity's sake.
And as for you, Gail, I'm going to be straight with you. I don't know what you're thinking of encouraging him to make a move like this.
I'm trying to be sensible, Ivy. Whereas you're just letting your heart rule your head. You really are.
Oh, and what's wrong with that?
Look, nobody's put more into this place than me, but the figures are there.
Oh, the figures. Oh, well, you always had head for them, didn't you?
It's the house that's going to be sold, and that's the end of it. Now, shut up and drink your tea.
When I think about how me and your dads had to struggle, how we had to work to get somewhere decent to live. And you can just chuck your own in. I mean, you gamble with it. Like chucking a penny in kitty playing pontoon or something.
Will you give it a rest? You're talking flaming daft.
You're spoilt, Brian. You're all flaming spoilt. Spoilt to death, all you kids.
Spoilt? I'd be spoilt if I took your attitude, Ivy. Nothing matters but my own little nest. Never mind my husband's business, his livelihood.
Well, your values are all wrong.
My values? Take a look at yours, Ivy.
What are you getting so worked up about?
Worked up? You're losing your own, Brian. I mean, what's a bit of business against your own?
To be quite honest, Mum, if Gail doesn't mind, I can't see why you should be getting so flippin' upset.
Oh, well, Gail's being true to type, isn't she?
What?
Well, you've only got to think of your mum.
How does my mum come into this?
Getting a flat next door to her, I shouldn't wonder being up to all sorts.
Oh, yeah, it's all arranged. But we're not moving next door, we're moving in with her. I'm going to spend all the profits from the house on gold army outfits and go out on the town every
no,
night.
I'm not saying that.
Then what are you saying?
I'm saying the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, Gail.
Oh, Ivy, I know you're upset, but...
I mean, you've lived in flats, haven't you? You've lived in bed-sits and you've lived in kids' homes. I mean, it's all same to you.
Of course I have. And that's why it's everything to me.
Well, I just wish your dad were here. That's all I know what he'd have to say about it.
He'd be all for it.
Hey, slow coach. No time to start dithering now.
Oh, I've got a sort of premonition.
How about a knock?
Well, he could be doing his pottery or anything.
But you can't come all this way and then chicken out, can you? Come on the double. Look a right Mary Ann, won't you? You're too old to play at Shrinking Violet now, you know.
Yes?
Oh, afternoon. Is Mr. Pendlebury in?
Oh, I'm afraid he's out. Can I take a message? I'm Mrs. Pendlebury.
Oh.
Are you all right, dear?
Yes, I'm fine, thanks.
Is there a message?
Well, look.
Rita, are you coming? We've got a bus to catch.
No, there's no message. Will you tell Victor we'll call again?
Mrs. Pendlebury.
What time is it?
Just gone 7.
Have you had this tea?
Don't tell me you forgot that beautiful kipper I did for you.
Oh, aye, yeah. Where they all gone?
Ah, Ken's upstairs. Tracy's round at Sally's.
Ken saw that Statham chap, did he?
He did.
And there's no doing.
Doesn't look like it.
Well, I don't know. He goes and he packs in a lovely, rattling good job.
What was that?
Note.
Been putting the clog in, has he? Telling you what a dreamer I am.
He's worried.
Yeah, well, I've tried to explain. I told him we're not desperate. There's no immediate financial problem.
I think he just finds it difficult to grasp. I mean, by his lights, if there's no money coming in...
Yeah, well, he knows we got my redundancy payment. He knows we've got a few quid in the bank. OK, in one respect, he's right. Yeah, we are spending our savings. But, on the other hand, and class can write this down, necessity is the mother of invention. Well, I don't know about you, but I feel like a drink. Tracy's at Sally's, so how about a quick trip to the Rover?
Oh, life's just one mad social whirl.
Right, well, I'll get my jacket. You get your purse.
Ken,
Yeah.
you know, before when you were talking about the recorder and about the challenge it could have been, I thought, well, OK, that's gone, but, well, the way you were talking, I really felt as if things were waking up around here.
Farmer went to market, jog, jog, jog. Gentleman from
Is
the
it ready for bed then?
Oh, just one more.
Oh, come on, Mum. They'll still be there at 10 o'clock.
He likes his nan giving him rides, don't you? He'd like to see his nan every Sunday, wouldn't you?
He's had a long day, Ivy. If he gets overtired, he won't go to sleep. Come on, my laddo. Up the wooden hill for you.
Listen, he'd like to see his nan every day, won't you? Not just on a Sunday, and not just popping in while his mummy's shopping. Lady went to market,
Mum, he'll not settle.
Well, he's certainly not settled when he's stuck in some flat, Brian.
We shan't be in a flat for the rest of our lives.
We do realise the problems, you know, Ivy.
We talked about it again when you took Nicky to the park this afternoon.
There's just no other choice.
Oh, yes, there is.
Oh, for Pete's sake, Ivy, if you're going to go on like this...
Come on, Mum, leave me alone.
There is another choice.
I don't believe you. I've got to keep going through it. If I want to keep the garage, I've got to sell this place. There's no other choice, there is no other way, there is no other option.
Of course there is. It's staring you right in face, love. You can come and live with me. Look, you can move in whenever you like, and I won't ask any rent. Plenty of room now I'm living on my own. Look, I won't ask you to make your minds up straight away, but it is an answer, isn't it? And it's got to be better than paying out good brass to live in some grotty little flat.
If Statham suggested that, why don't you tell me? I've only had half a story.
A bit more than half.
You said he wanted a partner rather than an employee, right?
He does.
You said he thought the trouble with Pam Mitchell was that she'd no real commitment.
That was his view, yes, not necessarily mine.
You said he wanted a manager rather than an editor.
Functions combined.
And that this manager or editor would have to put money into the firm.
That's right, yes. Money being, it would seem these days, the only commitment that people like Statham see as genuine.
Yeah, but what you left out, until the cat jumps out of the bag just now, is that he's asked you to make that sort of commitment.
Yes, I did leave that out.
A fairly vital bit, wouldn't you say?
I suppose so.
I mean, did you think I wasn't grown up enough?
Don't be silly.
Did you just think the idea wasn't worth anything? I mean, did you turn him down flat?
No, not totally, but I wasn't all that keen.
Well, having finally heard all the ins and outs of it, I'd say you were dead right not to be keen.
Yeah, am I though? I mean, am I ducking out of a challenge?
How much of a challenge? In other words, how much does he want you to invest?
Well, it would take all my redundancy payment, plus most of our savings.
It's a hell of a risk, Ken.
Yeah, I know. But I think it's one I ought to take.
Be honest, you don't really want to move in with Mum, do you?
No.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I don't really want to leave this house if I could have my own way, Brian. But we have to. So maybe we should take up your mum's offer and move in with her.
How long will it be before you start rowing over something?
Probably not very long.
Well, then.
Look, Brian, why are you putting all this on me? You're making it sound like you'd move back in with Ivy, no trouble, but I'm standing in the way.
No.
Well, that's what it sounds like, don't it, Nicky, eh?
I mean, look, Mum. What happens if we move in with Mum and suddenly you decide you can't stand it?
Well, I'll have to stand it, won't I? I've told you, Brian, I'll stand anything as long as you can keep that garage going, even living with Ivy.
OK. Look, let's talk about some other time, not without him around, eh?
Yeah, all right. Concerns him and all, you know. He should have a say, really.
He doesn't mind where he lives. Son, sleep in the garage if he had to.
He'd love that.
Good, because that's where we may end up. Right, I'm going to have to ring this Lawton guy this morning and tell him that the garage isn't for sale. Now, we are sure about that, aren't we?
I am, yeah.
Good, so am I. Right, I'll see you later, eh? See you later, Tarzan.
Listen, I'll try and get hold of last week's paper, eh? See what sort of flats are going.
Yeah, good thinking.
Didn't mean to say we're saying no to Ivy.
No?
Just see what else he's going.
OK, bye.
Morning.
How do? I want a quarter of sarsaparilla drops, 3 packets of chewing gum, and half a pound of jelly babies.
Oh, God, you've got a sweet tooth.
Hello, Eddie.
Oh, I'll do, Maeve. No, it's not for me, it's for the lads. You need somebody to keep the dust off your tubes on this job, otherwise you get bunged up, you know.
Oh, we can't have that.
Why don't you wear masks on your faces?
You mean like Mickey Mouse and that?
No, I mean to filter the air, you know, like surgeons do in operating theatres.
Oh, couldn't do that, Maeve. I mean, apart from looking right baked, the masks would get in the way of putting in the sarsaparilla drops, wouldn't they?
Morning.
Morning.
Thought I'd pay for the papers. Get it off my conscience.
Oh, I wish we'd a few more with consciences like you. Half a pound of jelly babies.
Yeah.
Oh, and how did your little jaunt yesterday go? Did you get anywhere nice?
Funny you should ask that.
Well, we went to Saddleworth.
Oh, Saddleworth.
Yes, not only did we go to Saddleworth.
Rather not talk about it, if you don't mind, Rita.
It's Emily that wants to talk about it. Oh, well, I was only
Well, we
wondering...
went to call on Victor, but he wasn't there. Do you want to pay up to the end of the week, or what?
Oh, yes, please. Oh, what a pity. I mean, it's a long way to go to find nobody in. Oh, there was somebody in. Mrs. Pendlebury were in. That's just 90, love.
Oh,
Mrs. Pendlebury? Don't ask, because we didn't stop to, She were off up that garden path, fast as her little legs would carry
Well,
her.
thank you very much for telling everybody, Rita.
You're welcome.
I think this is all a bit too rich for my ears. I mean, being happily engaged and all, you know.
Better off not listening, love.
You're right, I'll see you.
Ta-ra.
Bye. That's £4.75 just up to the end of the week.
So, this Mrs. Pendlebury could have been just a relation. Oh, yeah, she could have been his auntie or his mother.
It couldn't have been his mother, Rita. She was far too young for that.
All right, then. His sister-in-law.
Or, go on, say it then, or
his wife. Or a girlfriend letting on to his wife.
Thank you very much.
Be a risk, though, wouldn't it, Ken?
Yes.
I mean, I'm not trying to talk you out of it or anything.
Well, why not? You've every right. I mean, it's your future and Tracy's future as much as mine. Anyway, it's early days yet. The thing is, though, I mean, well, it is a job. And it might be the only one I get anywhere near.
You've not been looking long.
No.
And let's face it, it's journalism. It's not really something you know much about, is it?
What do I know much about being a community development officer? Anyway, I don't think there'll be much actual reporting. It's more somebody to run the whole show.
Sit on about that newspaper, are you?
Yes.
Well, I've told you my opinion, haven't I? I don't think you can do any better than teaching. What with security and a pension.
I've told you, Uncle Albert, I don't want to go back into teaching, and even if I did, I probably couldn't.
Oh, well, you'll be sorry you left it then, won't you?
Well, if you've made your mind up.
I haven't. I wish I could.
Beat me to it, then.
I'll pay for a drink for you.
Oh, great. Right, I believe I'm due a pint out of one of your pumps, Frederico, on account that it has been duly paid by my fiancée.
She must be spoilt for something to spend her brass on, Yates. Spending it on you.
It's called true love, Fred.
Ah, well, that's how it goes, innit? They say true love is blind. I think in your case, they're right.
Do you know what you're suffering from, Fred?
What's that?
It's called jealousy. Little green-eyed monster.
Oh, get knotted, Yates.
Come to think of it, that's usually what say, isn't it? The little green-eyed monster.
Where are they going to live? Well, they're talking about finding a flat, Betty, but, I mean, can you imagine that with a young kiddie? I wish I could see sense in it, but I can't.
65 pence, please, love.
I mean, I'd made offer, you know, for them to come and live with me, but I haven't much hopes of that happening.
Yeah, well, I mean, they've got their own lives to lead, haven't they? But sometimes you think that they might spare a little bit more of it for you.
Well, they call regularly, you know, I'm the good at calling and such.
Yeah. Don't see much of our Gordon these days, you know. Once in a blue moon, might as well live in China.
Well, some of the things they do, they're that daft. It makes you wonder if they're doing it just to annoy you, doesn't it? I don't like interfering, but I don't know better.
No, neither do I, love.
Well, how you been getting on without me this morning? And don't say better than when I was there, because I won't believe you.
All right.
Good. Managed to get a couple of orders. Keep the old firm on the road for a couple of weeks. Betty, large scotch, please, love.
I don't, Mr. Baldwin. Well, I'm glad to hear it, Mr. Baldwin. Shall I tell you something else you've done?
What?
You're talking to our Brian, weren't you, putting all silly ideas in his head about how he should sell his house?
Hang on a minute. What's all this about?
Our Brian told you he was thinking of giving up with that garage he's got. Well, you told him he'd be silly, didn't you? You said that he should sell his house first. Well done, Mr. Baldwin, because that's exactly what he's going to do.
£1 and tenpence, love.
Good. Well, that shows he's got his head screwed on.
Oh, now, come on, Mr. Baldwin. That's their home you're talking about, and they've got a kiddie. I mean, they've got to have somewhere to live.
Ivy, your Brian asked me what I'd do if I was in his shoes, and I told him.
Yes, I know you do.
Now, whether he goes ahead and does it or he does something completely different, that's up to him. That's his business. So have a go at him, not me.
Mr. Baldwin, change, love. Thank you.
And another thing, you want to try and understand why he's doing it and give him a bit of support instead.
I shall give them all the support they need. There's no need to worry about that.
The only other one is 19 Cumberland Terrace.
Oh, no.
Ground floor flat, good facilities, whatever that means.
I'm not living there, Brian. I mean, you know what Cumberland Terrace is like, dear.
Well, yeah, but...
It's in the Gazette every week. Fights every Friday. Folk finishing coal from each other's backyard. Oh, no, I'm not going there.
OK, then we're not, love. I'm only just saying what there is. I mean, I'm not killing any of these places either. Only there's nothing else.
Except number 5, Coronation Street.
Yeah. You do remember last time, don't you?
Of course I do.
How desperate we were to get out and find a place of our own.
So?
So it'll be worse this time, won't it, now we've had our own home?
Brian, I think I can cope with your mum a bit better now.
Aye, she probably thinks she can cope with you better and all.
Well, she probably can. I mean, we're all a lot older, aren't we? So we should be a bit wiser. Oh, Brian, when I first got married, I wanted everything to be perfect straight away. Well, I know now you can't have that.
What I'm worried about, love, is that we move in with her and suddenly you decide you can't stand it.
Well, you might not be able to stand it. I mean, that applies to wherever we go. And if we carry on like this, we're never going to get anywhere. He's awake.
Well, I called that Lawton guy this morning. I told him I'd changed my mind and the garage wasn't for sale.
Good.
And call him back again, you know, and tell him it is.
Is that what you want?
No.
Right then.
Well, we just don't seem to be able to get anything sorted out, do we?
We will.
Have you got a minute?
No. Why?
There's a Mr. Barlow here, says he wants a word.
Oh, well, go on then. As long as it is a minute.
Yeah, would you like to go through?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Now you then.
Not so bad.
Take a few.
Thanks. What you were saying yesterday, that you were looking for somebody to put money into the business as a sort of junior partner. Well, I was thinking, I might be interested.
Well, here's me thinking you must be trying again to get money out of me. And all the time you want to give me some. Have a cup of tea on that, shall we? Sal!
Of course, I need to know more about it.
Of course you do. 2 cups tea, love, please, and new separate tea bags. We want to make a good impression.
Oh, I always do.
We're not supposed to. Sal's the rest of the staff. We don't go in for overmanning.
You say that again.
So, you want to work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and 52 weeks of the year?
No, but I'd like to work a fair proportion of it.
Well, I tell you straight, you're not what I expected. You're not a journalist.
I gather that Pam Mitchell left because she was a journalist.
Yeah, well, I suppose you'll be wanting to know just what this setup's worth and what you'd be paying for a third of it.
I would, yes.
Yeah, I've got a draft here I was putting together. It's not finalised yet, but it'll give you a close enough idea. You see, you've rather jumped the gun on this. I had 1 or 2 other people in mind I was going to sound out first.
But you can still do that.
I can. Anyway, have a look at that. Then see if you're still interested.
She could have been his mother, you know, if his father had remarried. I said she could have been his mother, you know.
Yes, I heard you, and I suppose she could, but we'll never know now, will we? Anyway, I've got to be at the dentist in 10 minutes.
We would if you phoned him up and asked him.
Oh, why should I do that?
Put you out of your misery.
I'm not in any kind of misery, thank you very much.
Tell you what, you go and have your molars cemented up. I'll give him a ring.
Look, Rita, I'm quite capable of ringing him myself if I want to.
You might not be able to when you get back without putting blood all over the phone.
Anyway, I mean, what would you say to him? Supposing you did ring him up, which I don't want you to, what would you say?
I'd say, hello, Victor. How are you? You know, polite stuff like that. And then I'd say, who was that woman that opened the door to Mavis yesterday?
No, Rita, you mustn't.
Good afternoon, ladies.
Now, Michael, what can we do for you?
Oh, just give us a couple of packets of those little cigars, will you?
2 boxes of cigars. Is numbers in that little book, isn't it?
Well, yes.
That's 240, lucky.
Sounds about right.
Will you excuse Mr. Baldy, but I've got to go to the dentist.
Oh, well, rather you than me.
I'll try and be back for the papers then, Rita.
Hey, what's dialing code for Saddleworth?
04577. But I don't want you to ring him.
Oh, right. 2, 40, 50, 3, 4, 5.
So, what was all that about?
Oh, just Mavis's little way of trying to get me to find out something for her.
Funny. Sounded to me as if she was asking you not to.
Ah, that's because you've not made a study of her.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Bye.
See ya.
Oh, 9.
So you can see how it's grown over the last 3 years. No reason why it shouldn't carry on the same way for the next 3.
Yes. There's no reason why it has to, though.
None at all. That's up to the man at the helm. Couldn't agree more. But I haven't got the time. And now that Miss Mitchell's gone swanning
You
off...
need somebody like me, raring to go and with the money that you're after.
Ah, well, that's one way of looking at it.
Sorry it took so long. Only we need a new kettle.
Thank you.
But then, of course,
Do you
there
take
is...
sugar?
Yes, just one, please.
There is the drawback. That apart from the bits and bats you wrote for Pam, you've no actual journalistic experience.
Yeah, but neither do you.
You what?
Oh, you're always telling everybody, you know, how you knew nothing about journalism before you
Emma,
started this
well,
way.
we don't need to go into that just now. Haven't you got other things you should be attending to?
Yeah. He didn't. That's a thing.
Well, I might not have known much about it, but I was determined to succeed. I'm willing to work till I dropped.
Yes, I know the feeling.
You do?
What I'd be paying you for 1/3 of this business will be just about everything I could scrape together. And I've got a wife and family, so I think I'd have plenty of incentive to work, if that's what you mean.
I see. All right, then. I've always believed in taking chances. You're on.
Hang on a minute. I believe in taking chances too, but I like to know how big they are. I'd like somebody else to look at these figures before I finally commit.
Ah, well, yes, no reason why not. I'll get your photocopy. So!
But, providing that these do make sense, then, yes, I'd very much like to join you.
Good.
Oh, looks like I've come in at an historic moment.
Oh, you might have.
Get us a copy of that, will you? And listen, it looks as if Mr. Barlow is going to be your new boss. So, just you see that you treat him with the same respect that you treat me.
How many copies?
1.
Welcome to the fun house.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi.
Daddy's home.
Hello, Nick. How are you? Any coffee, love?
Yeah, there's hot water in the kettle. Have you had any more thoughts then?
Yeah, too flipping many.
Well, something occurred to me.
What?
Maybe we owe it to your mum to move in with her for a bit.
Owe it to her?
Well, she wouldn't be on her own in that house now, would she, if your dad hadn't have had the accident in the garage?
Yeah.
So maybe we should try and make it up to her. I mean, I know your main worry is how I'm going to take it, Brian, but like I've said, I'll put up with anything so long as you can keep that garage. I mean it.
I know.
And I do love you, Mum, you know, even though it's not always that obvious.
Mwah. Do you want a cup?
No, thanks. I thought we'd eat about 6, okay?
Yeah, sure.
'Cause your mum's coming round this evening, see if we've made up our minds.
What, tonight?
Yeah, she rang this after.
So, what are we going to tell her?
What's she called, this girlfriend?
She's not my girlfriend. Mother taking her to the fair.
Oh, now it's serious.
No chance.
Well, hope you have a good time.
Ta-ra.
Bye, Dean.
Oh, hi, Dean.
Do you know, I reckon you could learn a lot from that lad.
Why?
I think it's what they call nowadays the laid-back approach.
I don't know what you're talking about. Look, I'm sorry I couldn't get that for the papers, but we found another 2 fillings to do.
Were you brave? Stiff of the lip. stiff lower lip from the looks of it.
Well, he was very gentle, but...
Oh, do you want to go for a lie down? I'm only finishing off here.
No, it's all right. Has anything happened while I've been gone?
No. I said to Victor, you know, it's like a grave... Yes, do you remember? 5'10", curly hair, boyish charm.
I know who he is, Rita. Do you mean you rang him or what?
Yes, I rang him. And don't say I shouldn't, because you were dying for somebody to.
Well, I don't know that I was.
Well, I do. Now, do you want to know what he said or what?
If you want to tell me.
Well, he said he'd heard that we'd called round and he was sorry that he wasn't in. Something to do with Morris dancing, but I didn't pursue that. Then I said, the woman that opened the door, who said she was Mrs. Pendlebury, who was she? Then he admitted everything.
He did?
It's his sister-in-law.
Oh.
His brother's wife, paying a Sunday afternoon's visit, like I said, but you wouldn't listen.
Oh, we didn't know that then.
Well, we do now. Mind you, he didn't say Scout's honour out like that, but I don't think he could tell a lie if he tried.
No, I'm sure it. Victor said it was so.
Well, happy now?
Yes. But I can't smile properly till the anaesthetic wears off.
I don't understand it. No, that
No,
one
of course you don't understand it, because you won't listen.
The first time I've heard of anybody paying out money for a job.
Yes, but I'm buying a share of a business.
Oh.
You can understand what I'm saying, can't you, love? I mean, there's a difference between being employed by somebody and going into business with them.
Yeah, of course I can.
I'm very glad to hear it.
You know, you'd be better off getting somebody to employ you.
Yeah, Uncle Albert, he doesn't want to employ me. He doesn't want to employ anybody.
Well, a funny setup.
What I don't see, love.
What?
Well, why you've made your mind up all of a sudden. I mean, this morning you were talking as if you were just going to go and see him and have a chat about it.
Yes, well, I did, and what he was proposing made sense, so I had to take the chance while it was offered.
It'll take all that redundancy money you were expecting, won't it?
And more.
Yeah, and even then, am I right? Even after you've bought into the firm, you'll still be bringing home less than you were.
I will, yes, to start with.
Yeah.
But then it's up to me, you know, what sort of success I make of it.
You know, I were in British Legion on morning.
Were you?
Yeah. Talking to a chap called Red Thompson. You know him as works on railway.
I don't know.
Well, he had a grandson who was just left college and got himself a job as a teacher.
Has he? Marvellous.
It's only me.
Everything all right?
Yeah, where is everybody?
Hello, Ivy.
Oh, you're there, are you?
Yeah, just getting his lordship settled.
Oh, I'll just go and sing a little lullaby.
Ivy, I've just this minute got him off.
Oh, perhaps pop up later then, eh?
It would be better, yeah.
Well then, have you got any further with your plans today?
Well, it's certainly given us plenty to talk about.
I called up the fellow that was wanting to buy the garage and I told him it wasn't for sale.
Oh, you're still going through with it then?
Selling this place, yeah.
You lovely little home.
So it's a matter of sorting out where we're going to go.
Well, have you found anywhere yet?
Well, you know what you said last night?
Yes, love.
About us coming to live with you.
Yeah?
Well, have you thought about it? What it would mean to all of us?
Oh, yeah. Look, don't worry. I know you want your independence. We're not going to fall out over it, you know, if you want to say no.
What if we want to say yes?
Well, I'd be delighted, love, you know I would.
We don't know how long it'd be for, mind.
Well, just as long as you like. Does that mean you'll come then?
If you'll have us, yes.
Of course I'll have you. Oh, Gail. Oh, you don't know how happy I am. I tell you what, and you will have your freedom. You will, honest. It'll be just like it was your own house. You'll not even know I'm there.
We don't know when it'll be, mind. We've got to get rid of this place first.
Brian, I can wait forever now I know you're coming.
Well, shall I make a cup of tea then?
Oh, no. I'll make the tea, love. You sit yourself down. I'll make it.
Oh, Brian.
We'll be okay.
Hospital visiting tonight, so I better be going.
Is that why you needed a little bit of Dutch courage?
To tell you the truth, it doesn't do any harm. It can sometimes be a bit difficult finding things to talk about.
Oh, I bet it can.
Yes. Bye.
Bye-bye, lovey.
Hello.
Hi, Marion. Not leaving because the ale's off, are you?
No, nothing like that.
Oh, God. Fancy bitter, Betty.
Okay.
And,
Lemonade.
nothing else?
I told you, Eddie, I didn't really want to come for a drink.
Lemonade.
Right, love. I'll go and sit down.
I might even come and join you in a minute.
Half a bitter and a lager, please, Fred.
So.
Thank you.
Hi, Eddie.
How do?
Living it up on the old redundancy, eh?
Something like that, yeah.
Oh, well. Can't be bad, mate. You're a long time dead. Long time on the dole and all.
He's already got another job, actually, Fred, so you needn't worry about that.
Oh, really? Where's that, then?
Well, it's not certain yet, and I want to keep it under wraps until it is.
Oh, I see. Can't be bad, can it, eh? Get the redundancy from one job and then just go straight into the next one, is that it?
How much is that?
That's 73, mate. Look, don't get me wrong, Ken. There'll be nobody more pleased than me if you come up smelling roses. I mean that, mate, honest.
I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure and all.
Cheers.
Cheers, love.
Hey, I'm sorry if I didn't consult you as much as I should have done about this job, you know.
Oh, no. If the chance were there.
Yeah, well, it was. Believe it or not, I really do fancy it. I'm sure I can make something of it.
I'm sure you can as well.
I know it's a risk.
What isn't nowadays? Well, let's face it, I was the one who said she wanted variety and change. So, now I've got a brand new kitchen and no idea how I'm going to pay for it.
You just seemed a bit down, that's all.
Do I?
What's on the matter, is there?
Oh, Eddie.
What?
I was going to tell you only in private. I mean, that's why I didn't want to come in here.
Tell me what? There is something the matter, isn't there?
Depends on which way you look at it.
You're not?
I'm pregnant, Eddie. I'm going to have a baby. Look, I took one of those tests today and it said positive, and I knew anyway. I just knew. Eddie?
What?
I haven't said anything yet.
Well, how do you feel about it, like?
Oh, I want it, Eddie. I do.
Well, so do I.
You do? You pleased? Tell me the truth, Eddie. Really, honestly, are you pleased?
What do you think I am? Yeah, I'm sure I am.
And don't forget, you can catch up with all of this week's episodes with the classic Coronation Street Omnibus this Sunday afternoon at 3. But you're just a moment or two away from Emmerdale.